Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
ThaBoxingVoice.com.
You need that fear.
All I'm trying to do is make a stand for something that I truly believe is right. I truly believe is right. I don't want to be like you. Come on, man. I'm the face of boxing. I'm the cash cow. I hold the record for pay-per-view.
My drop, I know my drop, I know my situation. I don't want to fight. That's my production. But it's gonna be very difficult for both of us.
ThaBoxingVoice.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio Flagship Sunday. It's Crow Day. If you didn't get those picks right, be prepared to get some hot crow served. And I guess I should be taking some myself, but we'll do that a little bit later. Definitely did not get them all right, but definitely picked a lot. Good fights this weekend. Thankfully, we didn't listen to Matt and be all split up. And we got to do some quite interesting fight chats. We got to talk Tyson Fury's return, Jermell Charlo going 12-round decision win over Austin, no doubt, Trout. We got Leo Santa Cruz and Abner Mares mixing it up. Leo coming away. And it looks like our producers are posing the question, is Leo the best featherweight in the world? Now with wins over Abner Mares and Carl Frampton, or must he face Gary Russell Jr.? We got to speak the pound-for-pound king, and that is with a question mark. We're asking ourselves, we're scratching our heads. Something that we felt we knew, but after his performance last night, where do you rank Terence "Bud" Crawford after the spanking and shellacking he gave Jeff? Somebody ring the horn, got his ass beat. Anyway, Jermell Charlo, Austin Trout, we spoke about that. There's actually some other headlines out there that we will touch on, but if this is something that you're interested, something you want to, chop it up with us about, remember the number to call in is 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time. You can also add Nestor Gibbs on Skype. International callers could call in free, and you can download the Skype app on both Android and iPhone absolutely free. I'm going to head on out to my full panel. We're going to start in the Golden State, home of the Hipster.
ThaBoxingVoice production.
This is a beautiful performance against a very tough guy in Michael Johnson. How do you feel about it?
Fuck that. Conor McGregor.
ThaBoxingVoice.com.
You know me, Larry. From a wicked entrance, from a flip over the rock into a knock out my when the main thing is I just help the guy. I wish.
ThaBoxingVoice.com.
Yes, hipsters here. Haters beware. And Ness, I think you're forgetting something. It was just me and you last night. All the part-timers, the people that aren't really serious and dedicated to the Boxing Voice, they weren't here, I'm just saying. Any of you radio personalities out there.
Any of you radio personalities think you want smoke? Call me Mr. Chimney. I want smoke.
I want that smoke. I'm just saying. But yes, we had tons of fights this weekend. Pound-for-pound king, Terence Crawford, laying it down in his third division. Tyson Fury come back after a 1,000-day layoff. Maurice Hooker becoming a WBO junior welterweight champion against Terry Flanagan. So much to get into and so much to chop up. Remember to call in 1-425-569-5241. Or like Ness said, add Nestor Gibbs on Skype. Absolutely free if you're international. Let's get into it.
ThaBoxingVoice production.
BJ was going to beat me, didn't you? You predict he's going to beat me. He got smashed.
Why is Wilder sold out 90,000? This guy has been pro for like 8 years, 9 years. If Wilder wants some of his work, he can definitely get it on ASAP.
ThaBoxingVoice.com.
Yeah, welcome back, everybody. Obviously, a big weekend of fights this time around after the slim week last week. But, yeah, can't wait to talk about it all. Plenty to talk about. So let's move on and see what Doomy's got to say. Probably a lot.
I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and most vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynch is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody like me. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dippy. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. Get up!
Yeah. It was a fun weekend of fights. We got Tyson Fury that was muchly anticipated to come back. We had the featherweight super back and forth fight with Leo and Abner Mares. It was a good weekend of fights. Jermell versus Austin Trout. And, of course, T-Bud going up against the champ, Jeff Horn, and looking real good doing it. So I'm excited to talk about this and talk about the little extra stuff we saw in these cards, like my man from Panther being there and Rick Ross. Rick Ross is doing a lot of pad work on social media now, so that was cool to see them there supporting their fighters and showing love for the sport. So yeah, I can't wait to get into it with you guys and see what the TB fam got to say. I know a lot of you out there are gonna be eating some crow pie. I'm in the kitchen. Doomie's in the kitchen, getting it ready.
Well, all right, let's get this started. I guess we should start off with the pound for pound alleged king. I'll keep it short before I get into the performance because it was a great one. He looked good. Young Pernell Whitaker is what it reminded me of. Definitely shades of Pernell. I know he's not going to like that because guess what? Crawford's a lot more aggressive than Pernell, hits harder than Pernell. So it's not a great comparison, but if I were him, I'd take it, with a grin. I'd be happy about it. But is he pound for pound? Does this Jeff Horn really? And I'm not asking you guys. I'm just saying, generally speaking, every headline you read is Crawford versus Spence. Crawford's pound for pound. Can Crawford beat Spence? Does Crawford beat Spence? It's like, whoa, that one performance blanketed everything.
I would not say it's one performance. I would say it's a career of making it look easy. Crawford has made every division look like it's easy. Like his hardest fight is Gamboa and now what, Jeff Horn?
Yeah.
Those are hardest fights.
They're bringing him along pretty good. I think Bobby Arum is a fucking genius in bringing these fighters along just well. He fought a champion nonetheless. So him being just in this new weight division is what makes it just that more like, wow. He just came up, his first fight, fights a champion, a rugged guy too, in Jeff Horn.
The guy that beat Pacquiao.
Yeah, and he made it look good.
He made it look easy.
Made it look easy. I won't say I don't say easy because I know it's fucking hard, but yeah, it did make it look very easy and very impressive. So he definitely sent out a message to that whole division, and a lot of the top fighters had their own response to it. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna hear a lot of the talk in the social media, if not already, real soon.
Regarding like pound for pound list, obviously it's all subjective. Everyone's got their own list. A few differences here and there, but BoxRec have got Bud Crawford at the top of their list now. I know that's not anything official, but it's just I think ESPN were obviously all over Loma saying he was pound for pound the minute he became, is it 3-weight champion now? And now Bud's done it and they were saying he's pound for pound now. So everyone's list is different, but you've got to give Bud Crawford all the credit. Great display last night. Like you say, made it look easy. And just be interesting what fights are coming next. Will it be Spence, or is Spence going to clean up his side of the, as he said, his side of the street? So like all the Showtime, PBC fighters. Will Danny want any of this action? Will Porter, Thurman, if he comes back? I don't know.
There's a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys at the top of the division, but you mentioned Spence, and I'm pretty sure everybody's mentioning him right away. I think that's a little too early for you guys to start mentioning, a Spence fight for Crawford. Let him settle in even a little more into that way.
I don't think it's necessarily the idea of being too early for him. It's about promotion. It's about the idea of that if Bob Arum, Top Rank, wants to marinate the matchup, that's what it would be. But Terence Crawford can fight Errol Spence right now and beat him. He is that good. When Ness talks about shades of Purnell, his defense is Purnell. The way he can block shots, slip shots.
Wait, you just said that Crawford versus Spence right now, Crawford wins? Is that what I understood?
Yeah, he could win. Absolutely.
That's definitely what he said.
Whoa, I thought I was hearing stuff, but okay, so that's how you feel. You strongly feel that at this very moment.
Hey, if Crawford wanted to go on a run right now and face every top 5 guy, he beats them all in the next 18 months.
Head movement. And I won't argue that fact because it's pretty wide margin on all these fighters that you're talking about.
Man, you see,
but Spence?
Yo, there's a review that needs to be read today.
I'm not gonna give Crawford. I'm gonna give him the Crawford the first of all his due credit for his performance, but I'm not gonna give him that yet that he's ready for everybody in the way. Like, come on, man.
Why not? What
he still to me he still came up in weight, and even though he's filling in nice and he's looking good against a guy like Jeff Horn, not many of you out there were giving Jeff Horn his credit even when he beat Pacquiao.
I'm not those many people though. You know that.
And I'm not speaking just for you or not at all for you in this subject because you just said no. But I mean, there's others out there who are.
That's right.
And there's others out there that didn't give Jeff Horn no credit, that he's a fucking zombie. He comes in with his face out and this, that, and the third.
Many people think that.
Many people.
I'm not one of those people though. That's why I view this.
That's okay, but that's okay. You know what I mean? But there are a
I think, of course, the consensus is that Spence right now is at the top. Thurman's been MIA, so Thurman's not talked about. And then you have Danny and Sean in the mix. And then you have Crawford right now. I think that's the consensus in the public. But my personal opinion in terms of Crawford's ability, his boxing ability, he can fight with any of those guys right now. He could.
I will say this. Actually, I won't say that. I'll say this. Is this better than a Chris Algieri win?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So Jeff Horn is a better win than Chris Algieri?
Yes. Absolutely.
Robert.
Well, before we go on to Rob.
Whoa, really?
Real quick. I just had to interrupt. Rob, give me this one chance. Matt, so you're saying that Horn is better than Algieri?
Yes, the guy that beat Pacquiao is better than the guy that lost to Pacquiao. Yes.
Okay. All right.
I can go now, all right?
Yes,
Rob, go right ahead. I just didn't hear him clearly. I mean, I'm hearing things right now.
Yeah, I'm hearing my name mentioned to us answer a question. I'm hearing a different voice answering it.
And you're taking long, so hurry up.
Well, the man's just sat down in the chair. I didn't get to hear his question because you jumped in.
All right,
so,
pay me.
Is Algieri a better win, did you say? That
was the question,
yes. I don't know. I think Horn's maybe the better win. Is that what the comparison was?
Yes. Is Horn a better win than an Algieri win per se? Like their names.
Who's a better boxer?
It's hard to say because we've only just really seen Horn, right? But we've seen him beat Pacquiao. So
Rob, in your opinion, who's the better boxer?
Wait. Look,
Let's leave it at that.
I've let you guys go back and forth. I only posed question. I need to speak a little bit. At least Doomy, you and I are in the same, at least, thinking path. You know, we're walking down the same street here. For one, I'm not on that train because there's no driver on that one. The one that Matt and Rob is on, there's no one driving that. That shit is just on the rails. Locomotive is going, okay?
You mean the Terence Crawford hype train? Is that what you're talking about?
No, not even the Terence Crawford hype train. This whole Jeff Horn beat Manny Pacquiao hype train. Like,
let's not get lost in that, though. I
have to because you're basing everything on that. Like, I walked away, but I still heard you as clear as day say, oh, you mean the guy that beat Pacquiao is better than the guy that didn't beat Pacquiao? Like, that sarcasm is insane, as if the people that listen to this show didn't watch the fight, and at least 50% of us believe he did lose. Like,
but that's 0%.
Top of your lungs as if this guy won 100% hands down.
That's not what I'm saying. But 0% of people thought Chris Algieri beat Pacquiao. Chris Algieri got knocked down 6 times.
That's
Pacquiao.
To me, I always gave him credit for that.
To get knocked down?
Yes.
To get knocked down 6 times.
Absolutely. He got up 6
Dominated. Game dominated.
Don't forget that. He
lost every round. He lost every round in the Pacquiao fight. But anyways.
Fine. Victor Ortiz went down 3 times versus Marco Maidana, got up and said, I don't need to be getting beat up like this. Chris Algieri got up 6, bro, and kept fighting.
Beat up.
No. Let me finish. After he lost to Pacquiao, got up 6 times, he still went on to fight Earl Spence. Like, you can't take that away from him.
No, Chris Algieri is an awesome guy. Chris Algieri
never did nothing. He never did nothing besides your controversial win. There's not even an in-between, a barometer. Nobody, like, fucking Bellew?
Yes, are you forgetting that Chris Algieri's best win is a controversial win over Provodnikov? But again, agree to disagree. We're not going to agree on Jeff Horn and Manny Pacquiao. So let's move off of that because they did not fight yesterday. We're not going to agree on that, Nestor.
It's cool. It's cool. We gave our opinions on exactly what we were talking about. I mean, it was just a matter of who do you think it's a better boxer, Chris Algieri? But wasn't Chris Algieri a 140-pounder? That
was not the question. It was who was a better win. Jeff Horn's a better win.
Better win.
All right. Well,
I don't know. I mean, again, his logic, Jeff Horn's a better win. End the story. No, he's not a better win. He didn't do anything. What has he done?
He gave Crawford a WBO welterweight belt. That to me is vastly better than a junior welterweight belt, and it's also a guy that beat Manny Pacquiao. Again, even though you think 50% of people don't think he won, and you comparing it to Algieri, who 0% of people thought Chris Algieri beat Pacquiao. So I don't get the comparison there.
Did Horn have to get up 6 times?
No,
did he have to get up once?
I don't think he was knocked down at all in that fight.
No.
So
I mean, there's plenty of people that Pacquiao didn't knock down. Like, what does that mean?
But you're comparing it to a guy that has been knocked down 6 times. So your comparison's utter bullshit. That makes
so why don't we talk about the reactions to some of these top welterweights like Sean Porter and maybe some of the other ones that they had a reaction to this fight. Who do we see? If we believe in Bud, who do we really see him fighting next? I mean, who do we see Bobby Arum stirring him into? Like
Jose Benavidez Jr.,
who got a first round KO win last night on the Top Rank.
Head movement.
Oh shit! Shout out!
Head movement soundbite is a metaphor for marination.
Yes,
Marination Nation.
Listen. Bob already came out a year ago, told me on an interview, you can find it on our YouTube channel, it was released on Patreon before, that Crawford and Earl is a pay-per-view fight. So all you guys, watching all these headlines and stuff about Crawford and Earl, that shit's not happening no time soon. No time soon. If you were desperate for Keith and Earl,
at this point, it's more likely we get Crawford versus Earl than Thurman versus Earl because Thurman's gonna have a long road back to.
Man, you're bugging. We'll get Thurman versus Earl before we get Crawford versus Earl.
But the amount of injuries Thurman's had, he's taking the long road back, man. He is.
And
it's gone longer than fucking Tyson Fury.
It still won't matter. He will recover and face Earl before Crawford faces Earl. Not because Crawford doesn't want Earl. Not because of that. Just because Bob, listen.
I disagree. I understand your point. I disagree, though.
Okay, that's fine. But who else is on Bob Arum's roster that draws as much as Crawford, sells as many tickets as Crawford? I mean, gets as many headlines. Not even Loma. Loma can't do it. He can't do it. He's selling out 2,800 in fucking DC. Crawford can sell out his hometown. Crawford was just in Vegas. Crawford's done a pay-per-view. Crawford's multiple division champ this is the shakiest champ that he's beat. Like, let's be real in terms of moving up. Like, because you know what I mean? Like, every division, he kind of got the belt from a legitimate kind of person. Like, this guy earned his controversially.
So wait, you think Julius Ndongo is a better win than Jeff Horn? You think?
Absolutely, because remember, Julius Ndongo knocked out Travarsky, right? And then unified, then fought Crawford. Jeff Horn only got a controversial win.
But he unified against Ricky Burns, by the way. Let's not forget about that.
That's what I said. Julius Ndongo knocked out Travarsky, then unified, then fought.
But you left out the opponent and just brought up the unification. I think context matters. Who else did he pick up belts from at 140? Was Hank Lundy? Was Hank Lundy for a vacant belt or something like that?
Who? No, he
Crawford.
He probably defended versus Hank, I think.
I'm trying to remember. I honestly do not remember how he picked up the belt.
I mean, I don't know
why? Because all those legitimate champions at 140 weren't there. Because you know why? Danny left. All those guys were vacant.
Are you forgetting he fucking beat Victor Postal for the WB? Man, be quiet, man. You don't know what you're
doing. Victor Postal, a guy that picked up a vacant belt.
No, a guy that knocked out Lucas Matisse, broke his orbital bone. Like this, you talking about context matters? Speak up then. He stopped him.
There you go.
On his motherfucking knee.
And Jeff Horn's still a better win than Victor Postal.
No, he's not. Yeah, Jeff Horn ain't better than nothing, dog. Jeff Horn ain't better than nothing.
I don't know why you hate Jeff Horn so much. I don't know what he did to you.
He did nothing. That's the point.
He actually did something. He beat Manny Pacquiao.
No,
there's a short list of people that have wins against Manny Pacquiao.
You said you want to move on from him beating Manny Pacquiao, yet that's all you bring up. I don't think you really want to move on from that.
I just love these jokes. But you want to go back to the fight? You want to talk about the actual fight itself instead of trying to discredit Terence Crawford?
See, why would you say that?
It just feels it feels like that's what it's about.
No, I'm discrediting Jeff Horn's win.
No, you're discrediting
win. If you don't bring up the Pacquiao win in context to make win, I won't never bring it up.
If you discredit Jeff Horn's win, you are therefore discrediting Terence Crawford's win against Jeff Horn. You do not see the domino effect of that logic. And Doomy, you're muted, by the way. I see you talking. Right.
Can you repeat that again, Matt? I was trying to understand what you were trying to convey over to Nestor.
If you discredit Jeff Horn, then therefore you're going to discredit Terence Crawford's win against Jeff Horn.
Yeah, but that's solely to back your fucking argument. You're the only one that thinks he beat Pacquiao, so you want to credit him to make the win even bigger. Like, please, bro, let's move on. Fucking child, he's crazy. Yes, because you're hung up on it. You're hung up on it. You told me 20 minutes ago, let's move on, but you keep bringing up this.
You brought it up just as much as I have, man. You have.
All I'm saying is return of the fucking Mac. Shout out to Tyson Fury. He was having
another bullshit win.
Come on. You guys wanted to see him.
Hold on. You literally just compared Tyson Fury versus Sefer Seferi to Terence Crawford versus Jeff Horn.
There
right
he goes
there.
again.
But I'm not talking about Pacquiao. I'm talking about Terence Crawford versus Jeff Horn.
There he goes again. Like, I don't know if he is some sort of mole for Crawford trying to set shit up and fuck up our relationship, but this weirdo is insane, right? I just specifically said I am not talking about the win over Horn. I'm talking about Horn's win over Pacquiao. I'm not discrediting Crawford. I'm discrediting Horn. So now when I say another bullshit win, instead of him thinking the logic is Pacquiao's loss over Horn, no, he comes straight
about Pacquiao Horn so much. We talk about Pacquiao Horn more than Terence Crawford versus Jeff Horn. I
said another bullshit win. I said another bullshit win. You chose to bring up Horn's loss. I didn't.
I actually, this whole time, I was just trying to ask who you thought was a better boxer. It's got mixed up three ways from Sunday, but it doesn't matter because, like,
you're not calling me a kid one more fucking time. I don't know how many times we have to have discussions about this.
Kid.
Let me see. Look, Kid Master. What I'm saying is,
kid in play over here. Kid Cuddy.
Nah, I don't got a flat top. I don't got the flat top today. But look. In all honesty, we got different opinions about the win. You know, it was a controversial win for Horn and all that. We're using it as a comparison, as a fighter, and the match that we just saw with T-Bud. You know, T-Bud, you could say whatever we want about the Horn. There was a controversy. A lot of guys don't like his style. He walks in with his face. What we saw in T-Bud is that he made it look easy, a lot easier than Pacquiao made it look. So we're not sitting here discrediting my man Bud's win. What we're saying is that Jeff Horn, to my opinion, is not going to make me a super believer that he's 100% comfortable and ready to take on anyone. Can I say that for his skills? Of course I can. If I just talk about skills, then okay, man, he has the skills to go with the best of them. But, you know, as you move up in weight divisions, you do have to get accustomed to them. You have to actually, you know, sparring and fighting is different. So, you know, I still have a little ways more to go. Maybe another 2 fights, or maybe just one more fight against a super top guy. You know what I mean? We had Horn as a champion, and we could argue that he isn't the best, but he had a belt.
My argument will always be, right, how could you say, oh, Crawford is pound for pound because he beat Jeff Horn, but then Keith was never mentioned for pound for beating Sean, or Kelbrook was never mentioned for pound for giving Sean his first loss. That, like, there's been other welterweight fights of a higher magnitude that a guy hasn't been automatically catapulted to pound for pound.
And Rob, I mean, we got a lot of welterweight fighters coming up out of the UK. I mean, any of these UK fighters that you see going up head to head with the Bud?
Not yet. I mean, we got Josh Kelly's like 6-0, and he's just beaten a former world champion, but we're not talking anywhere near in the same bracket as Bud Crawford. I know they want to move him fast, but shit, put the brakes on that one. Fuck. Yeah, we've got prospects and everything, but you're talking, we're discussing whether he's pound for pound. We can't.
But you know what? These pound for pound lists are so like, I mean, they're biased. I mean, how many pound for pound lists does each governing body have their own pound for pound list? Like, where did this pound for pound list come out of? Like, is there a pound for pound website we go to? Like, who does this?
It's sort of ESPN's got their list, Ring Magazine have got their list or whatever. It's just all opinions. I mean, something you get heavyweights put in a pound for pound list.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, if you know, Rob. Like, all right, so whose pound for pound list had Lomo at the top, and did they change their top?
ESPN had, after Loma beat Lainez, they said, Loma's pound for pound number one, and now their other boy Crawford's gone and won, so he's now number one.
So you see, all right. So tell me this: where was Bud Crawford on the list before this win?
Yeah,
in comparison to Lomo, like
no, he was always on the list, because remember once Andre Ward left, Andre Ward kind of said, "Oh, now Crawford's pound for pound," and kind of the world started to say, "Now he's pound for pound." Then Loma ascended onto the list, and Mikey as well ascended onto the list. But this is the thing. It's a subjective list. It's metaphorical. You don't even know where these guys land. Like, every day there's a new king. Every time someone fights, he's pound for pound number one. It's like, it's bullshit. That's why I never freaking deal with pound for pound. It's very subjective. But let's keep it on moving, man. Tyson Fury, like I said, in my opinion, another bullshit win. Like, this guy was a cruiserweight.
I'm saying, though, like, yo,
you didn't even come out, like, he retired on his stool. I mean,
hey, Rob, what did you think about these antics anyway? I mean, just from the beginning, from the weigh-ins and all that stuff. Like,
that's what it felt. It felt like a circus. He had his hands in the air. It was more of a show than anything.
Yeah, it was pure pantomime. I thought the guy knew what he was coming for. And it was almost as if, like, just give me 4 rounds, and then,
he was coming for an ass whooping.
I mean, the first couple of rounds, like you say, they were both taking it in turns, mirroring each other's little bit of showboating. Then there was the fight in the crowd, and Tyson's looking around, and they're watching that.
Oh shit! Did you see that? I wonder if the TBV fam got to notice that there was a real fight going on in the back.
Yeah, and it kind of sad that we have to see violence in the Manchester arena after we saw the bombing over just about a year ago in there and stuff that took the lives of
oh shit, you're right,
Ariana Grande thing. So it's a bit kind of silly stuff in the crowd. But anyway, back to the pantomime. But then to be fair, not that this guy was up to much, Seferi wasn't up to much, but Tyson started to show a little bit, putting some combinations together, lots of like uppercuts, and I think maybe the blows were, although Tyson's maybe not KO punch power, like on the Wilder or Joshua kind of thing, but they're clubbing blows, and really, the guy didn't want any more of it. Like we said, he was a cruiserweight just coming up and feeling the weight of. I mean, Tyson had like nearly 70 pounds on the guy, and
I mean, it was a crazy kind of look, right? I mean, you could really tell the size difference. I mean, it's crazy how much bigger Tyson Fury was, man.
I think there's a comparison between the Fury and the Crawford fight, and that's like that both of the A-side skill was evident. You can see both of them use the uppercut on their man, both punching combination on their man. But again, it was very evident that there was levels. Like for Crawford, we didn't even mention how much stronger he looked. He would consistently throw Horn off of him. every time a clinch was initiated, he was shoving, he was pushing,
he was manhandling.
Yeah, if there was a
physically looked smaller, but still was able to do all that.
If there was a question mark whether he's going to have power at welterweight, I think he put that to bed. I think we don't need to ask that question really anymore.
Well, okay. Because look, in boxing, power kind of equates to punching power. I'm speaking of his physical strength, the way the way that he was wrestling and tugging and pulling. And really, I mean, how many times did he fucking?
I mean, he was
body slam.
I mean, but you could actually see that he was not for 1 second allowing the fans or Horn to think that he was the bigger man. And
yes,
that was impressive to me.
Well, that's what we were giving. That's what we were giving Horn going into the fight. That he'd be the rougher, the more physical, and try and make it rough and everything. And Crawford didn't allow it. He just
after that first, like, I don't know, couple of seconds, bro. This guy threw a right hand, Horn, and Crawford landed a combination. It was like a double left hook or a double right hook. He was in southpaw. Was he southpaw status? So it was a double right hook, bro. And the fight changed from there to me. But same thing for Fury. Fury was able to pick this guy apart, uppercuts all day. You know, he just had too much. It was too easy. Like, and the reason that this bothers me is because the conversation Eddie Hearn had, that interview that we had a show on, and how Eddie made us believe Tyson wanted 3 easy fights before, you know, anything. Not before AJ, before anything. And Eddie said these fights were so, you know, ridiculous that he wouldn't be able to put them together.
Well, he said to Coogan, you'd be able to beat him. The names that I've been given, you'd be able to take them on. So
exactly, it's just like, but then we see how separated the skill set is. So I don't get Tyson Fury, his team, and the logic behind this.
Well, I'll just say this. I mean, plenty of us were anticipating, you know, my man Tyson Fury's return to the ring, 1,000 days off or whatnot. Huge amount of weight to lose. Everybody talked about the physical, man, but what I saw in this fight too was Tyson Fury mentally back, mentally fit again to perform and entertain the crowd. And even though it was some kind of antics going on, I saw a happy guy. I saw a guy that was back in his element. He's still a little flabby, you know, and a lot of us wanted to see him, you know, see how he comes back and how he does. And even though it was a fucking mediocre fight, I'm excited to see him again, because at the end of the day, entertainment at its best.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to get away with another opponent in that skill level.
Hell no.
For the second fight. But it was interesting. Frank Warren in the ring after was saying maybe another 1 or 2, and that they'll definitely look at the Bellew fight by the end of the year. So and then Tony Bellew tweeted out he would 100% knock the big man out, like hashtag let's get it on, or, you know, let's go, or whatever. So we'll see how that one pans out. You know, that's obviously Warren and Hearn got to work together. We don't know,
but I mean,
that can come off, but that would be a big fight, a big money fight, and a competitive as well, especially I think, is people always write off Tony Bellew every time he gets in with an opponent, and he seems to always rise to the challenge pretty much. And I think it'd be a good test for Fury, who's as soon as this comeback started, he could beat AJ with one hand behind his back. He could wild as a bum. I could do.
See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You about to give him another cruiserweight. About to give him another dude that's also just like this guy is Lions only too, Tony Bellew. Except he doesn't hang with the Charlos. This guy is the type of lion that lays low in the high grass. You know what I'm saying, Doomy? Yeah, he's laying low in the high grass, waiting for the fucking weak prey.
Like a lion.
He just got done beating up a hobbling fucking David Haye twice. Now he's going in for the, you know, overweight Fury, out of shape Fury, out of the ring for 2 years Fury. Not that he looks any of those things. Not that he does. Let me repeat that. Not that he looks any of those things, but to be fair, technically speaking, he's not on the level of any of the other active heavyweights. This is Tony Bellew again, cherry fucking picking, man. I don't see how this is okay for people. Now, wait a minute. I know it's supposed to be tennis, right? I know it. But let me just do another comparison out there, right? He talked all that shit about Deontay Wilder. Then they meet face to face. Says, no way. Wilder's too tall, too big. All of a sudden, 6'7", almost 300-pound Fury's not too tall, not too big. He'll knock him out. Come on, bro.
No, but do you not think that's maybe based off also knowing that Wilder can proper knock someone out, you know, and Tyson maybe hasn't got the power to trouble him?
Yeah, no, it's definitely based off that and the fact that Tyson doesn't have the power and the fact that Tyson is 100 pounds over the weight and the fact that Tyson's been out of the ring for 2 years. That's why he's trying to get him now. He won't try to get him coming off that Klitschko win.
And Bellew's looking for a real nice payday to...
Man, Bellew's too small.
Sail off into the sunset. So... I think it's a big money fight, but you keep saying he's a cruiserweight.
Spade to spade, that's all. You know.
All right. Well, anyway, you keep calling him a cruiserweight, but he did weigh 1 pound less than Wilder did against Ortiz. So, is 1 pound suddenly a heavyweight or a cruiserweight?
No, but you want to talk pounds? Wilder hasn't never fought a cruiserweight. Tell him to fight a real heavyweight, not a guy that brings tickets, sells pay-per-views, and takes dives. Because let me tell you, both times he knew he was hurt. Both times TBV said he was hurt before the fight. Both times he proved he was hurt after the fight. So what the fuck is he doing? Crying wolf? And we keep buying it. Like, we keep mopping up everything they selling. I don't get you guys. Wake the fuck up.
I wouldn't want to see that fight. I get a lot of feedback, but I wouldn't want to see that fight. Shit, hell fucking no, man. Bellew versus Tyson Fury. I don't care what you say about Bellew. He's a dog or whatever, you know, but Tyson's too big, and it would just be a waste of fucking time. Like,
well, I'm glad you don't care what I think. So.
But Rob, but like, who do you see him fighting next? Then, like, who is
Who
is it? Tyson Fury? Because no, you mentioned before that no more of that level, no more of that type.
Well,
of level.
I don't know. I don't know where they're going to go with it because
let's be realistic.
They found the second number 2 Albanian cruiserweight to take on for his comeback fight.
Was that Pulev?
No. I'm talking about the one he's just fought, Seferi. So I don't know where they're going to go from this, but I just can't see that if they bring another one like that the people are going to be, because this has already gotten quite a backlash, really. A lot of people saying this was a joke of a fight, and I've seen it all over Twitter. Loads of people not, you know. But like you said, though, Doomy, I'm just glad he's back and looks in a good frame of mind. I just hope. Apparently, he's back out on the Carl Frampton card in Windsor Park outside August. Was it 14th? Something like August time. So, you know, he's going to be back out quite quickly. I just hope in between that time he stays focused, he keeps working, and he just stays in this good, happy place that he's in at the moment. So
the happy place.
He's back, return of the Mac. Let's just see where it goes. But I don't know who will be next. But
how about his skills? As far as his skills, what did you see? Did you see anything like, you know, you didn't like?
Yeah, he's always been good on his feet. I mean, when this all started, the comeback, he was getting in the gym and sparring with people, and they were saying even when he was like 300 odd pounds, they were saying his feet and even bending at the waist. No other heavyweights really do like what he does. Like his footwork, everything like that, and
real limber for a big guy.
Yeah, and everyone's been super impressed. But yeah, you know, he's still there, but a little bit of fine tuning and, you know, getting him some more rounds under his belt, and hope, you know, we'll see the best of Tyson Fury again. So, but yeah, it was there in patches and glimpses.
No, I think he's all there. My final thoughts on at least the Fury topic is that, like, I didn't see him really lose a step. Like, obviously there's levels in competition, but his accuracy was there. It seemed like his stamina was there. We spoke about it on the live. Like, he wasn't breathing heavy or anything like that. And he was having fun, which is really what's important. You always hear the trainer tell you to have fun. So, you know, again, my biggest issue is the opponents. I guess I shouldn't be complaining because he came out and said he was going to fight 3 stiffies. Blicky. But I don't know, man. Whatever. I was going to say the Charlos, but it's more Jermell Charlo. Austin Trout happened yesterday, and it was on the undercard of Leo Santa Cruz and Abner Mares. This was one we were pretty excited for. And I'll say, off the bat, I always thought this fight was going to be tough for both brothers, and Trout at least proved that. Now, I still was impressed with Jermell. I mean, he still did his thing. I don't know. I'm not going to say shutout, but it was pretty clear, especially with 2 knockdowns.
Hell yeah. I just want to start out by saying big shout out to the Charlo brothers, period, man. You guys are still making noise. My man came out there with a lion's head. That shit going in the books. Ain't nobody ever did that. Came through with a lion head.
Well, no, the Mayweather promoted
like that?
Yeah, Sharif Bogare. He came out with the lion's head, and they have him in the cage.
Oh man.
So they got like 4
but his head, that lion head looked official. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna go back and look at the other one. But hey, man, look, way to entertain the people. And it was kind of, people booed. I don't know why the fuck that happened. I mean, I thought it was a great fight. But when you're knocking people out, they want you to keep knocking people out. And that didn't happen for Charlo this night. And I kind of have the same thoughts as you, Ness. It's gonna be a hard fight. My man Trout is a fighter. He ain't scared of nobody. He there to fight. And he gonna give anybody he can a problem. All we could do now is kind of compare Trout's fight with Hurd to like fight with Charlo, and since they're gonna be meeting each other pretty soon, you could kind of get a feel for what's gonna happen. I guess at the end of the day, styles make fights, so we just never know.
Yo, listen. Go ahead, Rob.
I was gonna say, you bringing up Hurd there. He took to Twitter quite a few times last night. It was quite fun. He was like, "And y'all all think Twin Charlo could beat me?" Then a load of laughing emojis, and then soon as he gets some real competition in front of him, that KO streak goes out the window. Then that was followed by, "He fight me anyway like that, he's getting stopped." Hashtag keep running your mouth. Laughing emojis.
Yeah, the shit talking begins.
Yo, and I love it. But I think that one's still brewing. I don't think it's ready. But what's interesting is that we have been here before. We know Charles Hatley was talking as much shit as Jermell Charlo talks. But just like Jeff Horn, we didn't know Charles Hatley. We do know Jarrett Hurd. We can believe Jarrett Hurd when he says, "I'm stopping you," because he's been stopping elite level fighters. We can believe Jarrett Hurd talking his shit because he's been backing it up. I am excited for this. I really am excited for this build-up. I remember watching videos of Jermell bump into Team Hurd. I don't know if it was the Barclays Center or something like that, but definitely turned around and was like, "Yo, keep running your mouth. Y'all gonna get it too." So like, there's been beef brewing. And you know that the Lions only are really Lions only. Like, they only fuck with their team. There's no getting into that circle.
Lions only.
even on his Instagram, he posted the picture of him with the Lions thing, getting ready to walk out. And it says something like, "Let them keep hating. We keep winning." Like, it's a tight circle, man. They posted another picture of just them two, and the other brother that most don't know about still has the dreads. And just the caption, "Brothers." Like, there's no friends in there, bro. It's them against the world. So Jarrett Hurd versus Jermell is going to be interesting. But Hurd is such a ballsy motherfucker that he's like, "I want both." He is. "I want Jermell or Jamal. It don't matter to him." Like, that
kid's confident.
Yeah, that has me very excited. Very excited.
I mean, Richard Schaefer apparently revealed at the post-fight press conference that Al Heyman now intends to make Jarrett Hurd versus Jermell Charlo for the super welterweight unification. So,
oh yeah, that's right. I did get a whiff of that.
So I don't know if that's going to be next or what. I don't know, but that's exciting to look forward to if that is the case, because that would be a great fight, I think. Doomy, you there? Doomy?
Sorry about that, guys. I got an incoming call on the side. But
you muted.
You muted yourself.
Yeah, I muted.
Fat fingers.
I answered a phone call. Anyway, let's get into the actual fight, though, right? We usually used to seeing Jermell knocking guys out. He has that right hand close to his cheek, ready to just shoot it real straight to the man's chin. But that didn't happen today. Kudos on Austin Trout and his team down with Coach Barry. And the actual game plan they came up with in order to kind of like nullify that right hand that knocks these guys out. It didn't land. It landed a couple times, but it never land flush to knock him out. And I thought it was a great game plan they came up with, kind of just pinning your head to the right side of his body and just uppercutting and just getting away from that right hand. It was a great game plan on their behalf. I think Charlo, we just never seen him actually box in a while. He's been knocking these guys out, but Trout took him to that place where he had to come up with other things besides that, that attack straight jab with that power right. And he made him think. He made him
loading up, bro, a lot. Like I get Hurd when he says fight me like that, you can stop, because Hurd is a lot more active and has a lot more power than Trout. Trout lacks the power that he needs to make these people submissive. Jermell was fighting in a power stance, bro. Everything was loaded up. Everything was big, wingy, even though he's so versatile that he's even able to switch it and still bring the straight right down the middle. So even when he's throwing wide shots, he still brings it down the pipe. But Trout proved to be very elusive, man. It fucking sucks for Trout, bro. He's just too little and getting too old, or too little and just lacks that power that he needs, bro. This division is very, tough right now, man. He needs just a little bit more power. But all right, we got all the facts. We read all the tweets. Knowing all of that, what do you think Jermell does next? Because I guess I'll set the tone by saying I don't believe that Hurd Jermell happens immediately. We know that Laura has a immediate rematch with the WBA. We know that Hurd has been flirting on social media with a fight with Kell Brook. We know that Eddie Hearn is out there trying to get fights for DAZN. So I think that Hurd is probably not on the table. Plus, it's a fight that needs to be built. It still needs to be built. I don't think that the casual fan knows Jermell should be fighting Hurd. It's not like Canelo and they knew he had to fight Triple G. I think we need to let it get there. So before it gets there, who is next for Jermell? Because he is who fought, and we already know that Hurd obviously has Laura problems, and Hurd wants Brook.
Go ahead, Rob.
I was going to say, as far as Brook's concerned, he's getting another fight in July. I think it's going to land on that White Parker pay-per-view, but I don't think it's going to be Hurd. I think their plan was to get one more in and then look for Hurd at the end of the year. So how it's all going to pan out, I'm not sure. But for Charlo, who can we find for Charlo? I mean, maybe it could be Hurd, because if they said that he would get he'd get a pass for the Lara rematch, wouldn't he, if he was going in for a unification? So maybe it can happen.
I mean, so that Hurd fight is not solidified. You said that's right.
For Brook?
No. The one for Hurd
Charlo
versus Jermell Charlo. Yeah.
No, Nes was saying, like, ideally that I'd have more time to build the fight, and that he's got Hurd's got a rematch with Lara ordered.
I don't know. I don't know if that fight. I mean, look, at the end of the day, negotiations are going to take place like they always do. I mean, personally, as a fan, what fight I would like to see? I would like to see Hurd and Charlo. That's the fight I want to see. I don't want to see Charlo and Hurd and Lara again. I think it's going to be the same thing. No matter how good of a boxer I think Lara is, I'm just going to see the same thing again. A much powerful, stronger, bigger guy walking the boxer down. So I would really like to see these two guys go at it, being as though Jermell Charlo actually has the power. Maybe he can stop Hurd's zombie-like effect when he's coming forward. We haven't seen a guy really hit Hurd to the point where he's wobbling. So, you know, a guy like Jermell Charlo could present that danger. And to me, that would be the fight to go to. I mean, there's new stars coming up. There's more and more fighters coming up. New stars are rising. And, you know, all the pay-per-view stars now, like I'm talking about Canelo and all these guys. I mean, they got a couple of years left on these guys. You got to start making exciting fights now for these guys that are the future. So, yeah, that's my opinion. I would rather see Hurd before any of these other guys.
Yeah, very quickly on about Jermell Charlo, one of his victims, Lubin. Did you see he's now with Kevin Cunningham?
Yeah, I did, Rob. I did, and that's kind of cool because I mean, we've been down there with Kevin. We've seen the fight house, we've seen the chefs and all that stuff, and the actual structure that they have there and how to build fighters and nurture fighters is it's one of the few places that I've seen like it, and he's a great coach. So I think good things are going to be going on down there for Lubin.
Yeah, well, I saw someone message saying that's ideal and he would get Lubin early enough to make a difference, like going forward in his career. So yeah, maybe a future rematch down the line that goes past, what was it, fucking 20 seconds, that fight. So,
yeah,
I want to ask you guys, why does the trainer change make a difference? Why are we blaming the trainer? I mean, if he would have been
no, stop right there. Nobody's blaming anything. It makes a change because different strategies, different methods, it'll bring a change. We're not saying that the change is going to necessarily be better than whatever change the other team could have made. We're saying it's a change nonetheless. And from the experiences that we've had at Kevin Cunningham's camp, he's a great coach too. So we expect to see good things coming out of him nonetheless.
I mean, I think that the change will be for the best because you know that with Cunningham, he'll be able to get high level sparring, you know?
Yeah, look at that stable he's got there now, right?
Well, not because of the stable, but just because of his connections. Because obviously the stable is different divisions. Like it's not like Lubin is gonna fucking spar Javonta or Broner. He's a 54. He needs to spar heavier guys. But because Cunningham has that PBC relationship, because Cunningham has trained Anthony Durrell and Saki Obika. Well, actually, excuse me, Saki Obika, not Anthony Durrell. You know, he could probably seek the services of heavier men and get top level sparring. I just say that the Lubin that we knew, we went down there early. The Lubin that we knew, regardless of trainer, was still going to be who he was. He was still going to rush to get a title shot. What happened wasn't because he wasn't ready. Like people are trying to hang up, yo, he got caught. It's boxing. He tried to get up. Watch that replay. That's him.
That's that fight in him. That's that fight in him, bro. People don't know.
You know, people think, oh, he got knocked out, so he wasn't ready. Bro, the fight didn't even get to go.
Yeah, I mean, they could have had that fight another fucking 100 times, and it probably wouldn't have ended like that in that round, in that many seconds into the fight, you know? So he just got caught, and that, like you say, that just happens. And yeah, maybe I worded that wrong. I didn't mean Lubin was being trained badly, and now he's with Kevin. I didn't quite mean it like that. I just mean that's a decent, you know, very good trainer to go over to, and you know, really make a difference in your career if that difference was needed. But he's obviously a top quality coach. So yeah, I just maybe worded that a bit wrong. Sorry.
It's all good, baby. So yeah, I mean, we got what we wanted though out of the fight, action packed. So I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
What did you make of the 113 scorecard? That was a bit crazy, right?
It was a little bit crazy.
Yeah,
it was a little bit crazy, but we're, you know, I don't think we're ever gonna get those cards out of there fully, man. These judges got to be able to see more angles and stuff and really count stuff out. But yeah, it's always some sort of surprise on these scoring cards, man.
Yeah, and Trout, I think I read he felt that he didn't actually get knocked down. He like one of them he kind of
tripped. I noticed
over,
that.
and he said, without this, this fight would have been different, but they were scored as knockdowns, and yeah. But
you noticed that. How did you call it? I mean, I really did call it sort of like a balance thing.
Yeah.
He touched him, but it wasn't like, like it was cousin.
I mean, I guess technically a punch was thrown, sort of kind of landed and the guy went down, but that doesn't necessarily tell the story of that knockdown, does it? It seemed like he tripped over his own feet a little or whatever, rather than a flush punch was landed and it knocked him off his feet, So
yeah, but we could agree for sure, Rob, that I mean Jermell was the bigger guy, or am I seeing things?
No, you're right. Yeah, definitely.
He was the bigger guy, and sometimes I felt like, damn, like is what was the rehydration weight, or who rehydrated more? It was he could tell like in size.
Like WWE old school when they used to have one of the bushwhackers hiding underneath the ring. Jermell jumped in instead of Jamal.
Without the IBF.
Say again?
There's no rehydration without the IBF, remember? And I think now the IBF is getting rid of that.
Oh, they are?
Rule. Yeah, that's what I heard. Because, the manipulation.
Oh, so now they could get as big as they want? Shit.
Well, I don't know if they've already gotten rid of it, but I think I heard that. But let's move on to Leo Santa Cruz.
Oye, para todos mis mexicanos.
He got the big old win.
Yeah, that's right.
And he made it look good, but I was a little bored.
Nah. Rob, hit me with a soundbite. Give him the fucking metra right now. Give him the AK-47 real quick.
Bang.
Damn, that shit sounded like a fucking.
I'm just saying, like.
There we go.
Look. Don't think that I'm a hater, and instead walk with me, right? Like, do you not get bored of seeing someone hit a piñata and not bust it?
I know exactly.
Bro, all right. Look, I could even agree with you like that, right? They were slapping each other there a lot, right?
Yo, I'm glad you used the word slap. Leo Santa Cruz's left hook is outright ridiculous. Someone needs to just fucking put a rubber band from his left hand to his body so it could actually turn.
It was sort of like, damn, these guys are catching each other and nothing's happening, but they're lightweight dudes. I mean, I know Abner Mares has some power. I never really knew for Santa Cruz to be a power hitter, but I think it was a very exciting fight, and it kept me wanting to see the next round because these guys were throwing non-stop. Like, what the fuck was the punch output for that fight?
2,000, they said. That's what Custer said.
So, like, you could imagine, man, any of the guys who do this for real, man, you know what 1,000+ punches are in a fight. And that's incredible to see that non-stop every round. There was no boring fucking round. I loved it. I think they did a hell of a
but no one was bleeding. Like no eyes were sweating.
Hey, we got the head bunt that made him bleed.
Like, yo, I asked myself immediately, yo, could Leo Santa Cruz even hurt Gary Russell? Like,
well, you asked the question before, didn't you? Was it on the show? You were asking that. I don't know.
I don't see it, bro. I don't.
Not necessarily hurt him. I think Santiago said it like he could maybe do it just through volume, maybe not actually shake him up with a shot. But
yo, I'm glad you used the word shake because this, and I'm doing like what am I doing, guys?
Shaking a tambourine.
I'm shaking a tambourine.
Maracas.
Yeah, a maraca. Every time Leo does that, I hope Gary, with his claim to be so human fast, superhuman, I hope that when he sees Leo shake the maraca, he's all over this motherfucker because we know he ain't throwing it. And he's been doing that for like 7 years and no one's jumping on the maraca.
It's a fucking tick.
Jump on the maraca.
It's a fucking tick. But you know what? It kind of works against him at times, but at times it works for him, right? Because you see that little tick, you're expecting, all right, he can hit you with a jab. So I don't know. You know, it's we
see that tick, you know the left is coming. He don't throw the tick and then throw the right. Yo, you know the left's coming, so you gotta just shoot your right. You got a straight right so you could counter his jab. But anyway, look, he did good though. Like he showed the skill set, the difference between he and Abner. And even Abner chose to go that route. You know, Abner could be like, no, I want to rematch and let's do a trilogy. Nah, Abner was like, yo.
He was a gentleman. He was a gentleman.
Abner said, nah, he's the best, you know, what was this? Lightweights, featherweights?
Featherweight too.
He's the best featherweight. But am I right in throwing Gary Russell in this mix? Is this the same exact division?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so they need to make this happen. There's no way.
He called him out, right?
No, but forget calling him out. You got to think about the fact that Gary Russell's been with Al Heyman forever. Leo's been with Al Heyman forever. Abner's been with Al Heyman forever. And Gary's been asking for Leo and Abner for a long time and never got it. Like the biggest fight Gary Russell got was a purse bid versus Lomachenko. Like, you know, if you're Gary Russell, where's your I signed to Al Heyman for this reason fight? Like, you know, like Austin Trout signed to Al Heyman and he got fucking Canelo and Cotto and Laura and you know, all the Charlos. Like Trout is about to retire. Anybody could laugh at Trout all you fucking want. He beat Cotto, so he'll be remembered forever and ever and ever and ever. And then he fought Canelo and all the other bags that come with those fights. I mean, he's good, you know.
Definitely. I think that would be a great fight, though. I mean, look, that fight, that
Gary, on the other hand, though, Doomy has been he's been there as long as Austin Trout and hasn't had as many fights.
I think this would be a great opportunity to start putting him in those fights. I mean, a Leo Santa Cruz, Gary Russell fight, stylistically, it would be amazing. You got a quick-handed fighter with a volume puncher. I would love to see Gary interrupt that fucking volume punching that Leo has and see how they react to their styles. I think that would be a great matchup. Do we see that matchup, though? Do we truly see two of these stablemates? I mean, it's from the same stable fight.
Yeah. Well, it's not stablemate, first of all. They're more like
from the same stable in a sense.
Or, you know, fighter basket. I don't fucking know. But on boxing,
promotional stable. Let's just put it at that.
My favorite website has Gary at number 3, and they have Frampton there as well. But I don't think Frampton will take a Gary Russell fight, especially not looking the way that he did versus Nonito.
Do you want to know the rumor for Frampton's fight at his home stadium?
What isn't it versus Warrington?
No. Warrington wasn't probably going to be ready in time for the quick turnaround after the 12-round fight with Selby. But I think
Kiko Martinez again. He's doing a trilogy with Kiko.
No. I believe I read earlier it could be Luke Jackson.
Oh, that's the guy that's 17-0, right?
16, 17, yeah, something like that, yeah.
Got like one draw, son, one loss, maybe. Then moved to the Venezuelan, to Lainez.
Luke Christopher Jackson. He is.
Oh, no, I'm thinking Luke Campbell, right?
16-0. Yeah, you're thinking Luke Campbell, yeah.
Okay. I mean, look. After I saw what I saw from Frampton versus Nonito, I'm expecting a Luke Jackson, someone we never heard of. You know what I mean? Frampton needs to rebuild. He got rid of McGuigan. He's not been looking the same, brother. But back to Russell and Leo. Hopefully they can mix it up because the only other champion is Oscar Valdez, which is on the Bob Arum top rank side of things. I just don't see that happening. Quickly, though, before we move on from this subject, do you think that Mares says to, you know, hypothetical Al or Al to Mares, hey, do you want Russell before Leo, you know, to build it up? Does Mares take a Russell coming off a loss?
Maybe. I mean, I know after Gary Russell's fight, he said he wants to unify or he's going to move up. And Santa Cruz yesterday said he wants to unify. He wants Gary Russell. So both fighters want that. I think maybe that'll get made. Like you say, Gary Russell finally get what he's been wanting in the shape of a big fight. and a unification. I think it will be that. But yeah, Mares may be coming off a loss.
Now it's June already, Rob. So like, I know you guys are used to the stadium fights right now over here. Like for Leo, this was the right time to do Santa Cruz in the summer. Now your dance partner is Gary Russell. Where do you do this fight? You're not going to go to Gary's home, which draws well. Remember, Amir Khan fought Lamont Peterson out there. They did somewhere between 8 and 10 or 12. And a lot of others have been in the 8 and 10 and 12 range in DC, but not Gary. Gary's so like 2,800 in DC.
Is Russell really going to fight again this year? That's no. That wasn't actually shot. So I was just actually being genuine.
I'm just saying. I don't know because I don't think he does because it's like where does he fight? He's not a big enough draw for him and Leo to fight in Vegas. Is this a Vegas? I'm not going to Vegas.
I mean, Leo. Yeah, that's true. It'd have to be in Cali for Leo.
Exactly, and it's too cold. Like if you don't do it in the next 2, I mean, you can't even do it in the next 2. You're not gonna get this fight off in Cali in September. Too bad Matt left. That's the guy to ask. He's actually over there in September.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know where that fight would be. Like you say, maybe not.
Oh, Barclay though, that makes sense. That makes sense. Barclay, son, I didn't think of that. Bring them both neutral ground. For Gary, it's actually a win-win. His DC fans could drive 4-6 hours up. For Leo, you just, you take that big site fee.
Yeah.
Any other news we need to bring up? Rob, you got some little...
Yeah, I usually got some little bits. Let me just quickly check the pre-pro chat. But I don't know how many...
looking for that, I just want to remind everybody, to continue the added support by heading on over to ThaBoxingVoice.com/store. And we're giving out free shipping for like the next week or so. You could use the coupon code SHIPSSAIL18. See how cool that was? SHIPSSAIL18, but not sail like sailing, sail like SALE. So SHIPSSAIL18 is the coupon code to use on our store to get your TBV swagger ragu all the way up.
Yeah, very quick. Obviously, we didn't really talk about it too much. Maurice Hooker bringing a title back to...
Oh, yes. I watched that fight versus Terry Flanagan.
Yeah, I mean, it was...
I wasn't 100% sure he was going to get the win. He looked very exhausted, did he not? Or
near the end, you can hear his corner saying, "Are you good? Are you good? Come on, just leave it in the ring, leave it in the ring." And he, obviously saying, "Don't expect to get given anything here and stuff like that." But I mean, there was a horrible clash of heads that busted Flanagan open. And I think Flanagan, looking back on it, will maybe think if he could have just stayed a little more active earlier on, and because Hooker wasn't showing a lot, but when he did, he seemed to be landing heavier and not necessarily, but I think it made him Flanagan respect Hooker a little. But yeah, it was a bit of a doggy fight, but
it was a doggy fight. It was a little.
But hopefully we can put to bed the, you're not going to come to the UK and get a decision. Hopefully we can put that to bed now.
I mean, they haven't done that in a while, have they? Some guy from the
No need in harboring on negativity. What I will say is, Hooker got lucky. He got not lucky, but like, bro, you seen the way he celebrated. You know what I mean? Like
it was cute.
It was tight, and he didn't have the right. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's gonna be tough at 140, man. I mean,
especially he's entering the World Boxing Super Series tournament now. So who's
in the tournament with him?
Progress.
That's what I'm talking about.
There's Josh Taylor's looking like he might go in there if he gets past Postal.
Yeah.
So
wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Josh Taylor. Oh, not Josh
No,
Kelly.
not Kelly. No, you keep doing this.
About to say, Kelly about to fight Victor Postal?
He's ready. I like Josh Kelly, but I think that kid is ready for a lot of things.
No, but we're not. He's
Taylor.
Taylor, though. We can't.
Yeah, the one that stopped the puppet.
Yeah.
That's a good win, though, too. So I'm going to pay attention to it because I didn't get to see that puppet win. So I'll watch him now. Who's he fighting now?
Postal.
I watch that. I mean, where the fuck's Postal been since he beat Matisse? You know what I'm saying?
He's gone postal.
But yeah, there was yeah, it was a scrappy fight. So, but yeah, congratulations to Hooker getting. Like you say, he looked really pleased with that. Like it was a lifelong dream. And
yo, he looked so tall too, man. I mean, I hate when I see tall guys not use their height, man, because Lennox Lewis definitely knew what he was doing. Listen, let's introduce the third wheel here.
What's up, man? Yeah, I just want to say I saw fight too.
Stay focused, stay working my jab. Boxing voice. Listen, if he comes to fight, then I'm going to look for him.
I saw the fight too.
I think you're accurate.
Yo, 1, 2, 3. My mic sound right? Yes. Yep. Can I get it? Of course. Doomsday walks away. A lot of very vocal, by the way. Doomsday. Congratulations on wherever you found.
It doesn't matter what.
But you got a voice. Yo, this is the Boxing Voice. We starting the show all over. Pardon my tardiness. An hour and 10 minutes. I had to reset. Put a new battery in the mouse because it was not tracking right. But we did have a busy championship boxing weekend. Your best boxing friend, Nestor Gibbs. I'm sure he has shot off all the bullet points. I'm Enrique Church, a.k.a. the casual fan. And if you're like me, right, you contemplated getting that ESPN Plus app. And then very last minute, you copped it. Because you had to see the Crawford fight, which was a big topic, a great ass bullet point. And I didn't like Blanc talking about he ain't ready. He ain't ready. Yo, it ain't based off he ain't ready. He looked accurate. He got the attitude. He got the technique. And so does Errol Spence. Errol Spence has the attitude. He has the technique. And who's on his resume? Like I had it. I had his resume up. You know, he has a great resume. Yo, they're even playing field, bro. They're even playing field. Errol Spence and Terence Crawford.
Word.
Heck yeah. Even playing field.
Let me ask you something.
Now, I don't get all hardcore on me with like, yo, this and this and hypothetical, but go ahead.
Better win than Chris Algieri?
Who? Say that one more time. I didn't hear the beginning.
Is Jeff Horn a better win than the win that Errol Spence had over Chris Algieri?
Chris Algieri's way smaller than Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn's a big fight. I wouldn't be surprised if yesterday he was a middleweight. You know what I'm saying?
But then they get Bud
and if you
tossing them.
So you value Jeff Horn more than Chris Algieri?
Jeff Horn's loss on Terence Crawford, you mean? The victory.
What's a better win, Bobby? What's a better win? Horn getting defeated by Crawford or Earl defeating Algieri?
I would base it off of Horn because Horn size and Horn is way rougher than Chris Algieri, and Terence Crawford had the answer to everything. You can press pause. He was picture perfect that whole entire fight.
You paused. You paused.
And I don't mean pause like in the metaphoric of like, yo, pause, no homo. I meant like pause on the television.
We're fucking with you, man.
That's what I meant.
But listen, I'll tell you the honest truth. You came on the show talking about the ESPN Plus app and it being downloaded at the last minute. You described me exactly because that's
where I was.
I was at the end. I'm like, fuck, 7-day trial for free. I'm like,
I would tell you because on Thursday I was like, yo, I got all these subscriptions, man. This shit gonna add up, man. And guess what? Like Timothy Bradley, my favorite line of Timothy Bradley. Guess what? He's doing just that. Guess what? If y'all didn't peep that during his he used that word a lot.
Because we actually on the live fight chat. So
what?
To hear it.
Yeah, he was like, guess what? He's doing that right now. Guess what? Horn is game. Guess what? Yo, but that was dope. But guess what? Right? I actually watched the fight today. However and whenever, and paused and walked away and came back.
That's what the whole app is about. It's on demand, doggy.
Exactly. But the experience, what I was getting to was the experience is way better than like HBO Showtime. If you don't record it, you're definitely missing out because you then have to watch 11 o'clock the next day if they show it.
Fams. But wait a minute. But wait a minute, you gotta understand, you paying for the
$5. Yeah, I understand that. I'm just sharing
paying for them to record it for you, because all you gotta do is press record on your DVD.
Well, you know, you don't think these things through when it's like, yo, $5 to watch the fight. You're like, damn, fuck that, $5, man. I mean, $5 is very low. Like, you go to the store and buy something for $5, not even think about it. But you know, the fight, $5 for a membership or a subscription, as we call it, to watch a fight. But there was like other fights on there. As I was like going through it, I was like, oh shit, I could watch every Crawford fight. I could watch a Muhammad Ali fight. I could watch all these fights that they bought the rights to. So
you sound like Bob Arum in my interview. That's what he was dissing someone by saying that. He was like, on our app, you'll be able to watch Ali. You can see everything Crawford, all the Manny Pacquiao's. It's not just a little bit of content.
Yo, it was true. I'll tell you, I didn't even see that interview, but it's definitely true.
I just said it a little more excited.
Yeah.
Was that the best Bobby expression you had?
It sounded really good.
Looked like my man had mad cigars and shit.
Yo, but yeah.
Can I talk about my experience with the app, because it was good. I first signed in. Shout out to my Patreon who hooked me up, so I ain't paid like you.
Get him.
All right,
but
you know,
I signed in, and it's pretty decent. You know what I mean? There's not much for a boxing fan other than that one category.
Of course.
It has everything else for other sports.
Every sport, actually, that you can mention.
Mm-hmm. Well, I wouldn't know. I didn't check.
But the only reason why I know is because I'm like, I downloaded it. It's kind of tricky. It's actually the ESPN app. The plus is inside the app. So I'm looking for that whole gold, you know, that whole logo on my computer, on my telephone. I'm like, damn, where, how the fuck?
Nah, it's a white app on your phone.
On my phone, it's the red E, the ESPN logo, and you know. But I found it eventually, and I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. And yeah,
little red E with the white though.
Exactly, red, white, yeah. But yeah, I thought about even keeping it. You know what I'm saying? Because me, like everyone else, I'm sure was like, yo, I'll do it for 7 days just to watch this Crawford fight. But I think I'm gonna keep it. You know what I'm saying?
Sold to the man with the tank top.
I mean, I'm keeping it too, but I did have an issue with it because it was like it buffered twice, right? So
it buffered.
I had it on my phone, and then I streamed it to the TV in the studio. And 2 times I had to back out of it because it kept like saying loading. It was aggravating.
Did you watch it? It was during the fight though.
No, of course, but that's what's important to me. I don't want them to start to believe that us as consumers care more about on demand than live. No, I'm the boxing fan, true and true. I want to watch my content live.
Yeah, you're the live person at the moment.
Watch it, then I want to rewatch it and pause it and go walk around and talk. I want to do that later.
Yeah,
but live, I don't want it buffering. So
let Bob know that's more important than content.
That's what I'm trying to do. They need to fix that now.
Yep.
Other than that, it was good.
Yo, and other than that, I want to touch on Crawford. I know you guys already did. I was listening to the show. Terence Crawford, I would say he is ready. He's a big guy, man, and trainers do matter. And Brian his last name, McIntyre is a freaking incredible trainer. He knows what he's doing. He's talking well, and
them boys is confident over there.
It's more than confidence, man. They got the technique. The confidence is coming from the style, the technique, and it's all about the personality. So Crawford could stand right in front of Errol Spence, give him that mean grill, and Errol Spence could do the same shit. And that's what makes that fight so interesting. You know, whatever weight, 154, 145. Because I always thought Errol Spence was a 154-pounder. Right, Nestor?
You're a casual fan. He's a 147-pounder.
That's why they call him Cash Mash.
Yo. So anyway,
the shit out of you, huh?
What?
Yo,
no, that's from the Bird days, man. You crazy?
Gotta be.
Remember that? What happened to that boy? Come on, man.
You did that on Jay Leno. Everybody want to be purring now.
Nah, that was some other. That was some homo shit. The way she did it, like.
Nah, she was trying to purr like a cat.
Yeah.
That was different, though. That was different. But another thing, right? Jermell Charlo, right? His phrase, I heard you on the show say, yo, do trainers really make a difference? Is Erickson Lubin going to Kevin Cunningham really make a difference? I would say, hell yeah. Because, point in case, a fighter, Jermell Charlo, says because of the trainer. Crazy informative.
Yeah, but his brother still trained with the same trainer.
It doesn't matter.
No, it does matter. That's a direct contradiction.
Of what?
One brother saying he can't do no.
He left that camp and became a knockout artist. What are you talking about?
That's my point. You can't blame it on the trainer because the other brother's been with that guy and been a knockout artist.
Yo,
the
dude said it himself. He's the fighter. He's the pro fighter. Who am I believe? A podcaster who talk, or a man who live it?
You believe the pro fighter's brother who stood with the trainer who made him a knockout puncher?
Yo,
I think that when you go along and you transition over to other trainers and stuff, the move could be for many reasons. It doesn't necessarily have to be on skill alone and strategies. It's so many other intangibles.
As little as attention, bro. You feel left out. You want more attention. You like, oh nah, man. He like Doomsday more, yo. Terrific don't be doing no work with me, yo.
That's love, Ronnie Shields, yo. I can't do it like that. I'm fucking with Derek James. Fuck that. I'm out.
I think it was a
Derek James got trainer of the year. Shout out to Derek James. So many years fucking yeah, that's how you fix it.
I see you influenced by Kanye on that Kid Cudi album. Okay,
that was Michael Jackson.
It was Michael Jackson too. Oh, okay, you brought it back. Yeah, so they were influenced by Michael Jackson.
Yeah, they was influenced by Michael Jackson.
Yeah, okay.
But, what was I about to say?
You was about to say trainer of the year.
Trainer of the year, Freddie Roach, yo, he got it so many years in a row because of fucking Manny Pacquiao. So shout out to Derek.
Serious.
Who's finally getting it. Even Virgil Hunter got it a couple of years because of Andre Ward. Shout out to Derek James because he's got, a good stable of fighters. Yeah. Robert Brandt, I know you still a motherfucking Patreon. Shout out to you. Congratulations on your wedding. Shout out to Tiffany on, creating an amazing construction business over there. Y'all flipping houses. You getting your bread right, baby, but come back. You're not done. Don't let your legacy end with fucking Jorgen Bremer. Did I say that right, Rob?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
No, probably not.
We don't fucking need Jeffrey no more. We got Rob.
Well, I don't know about
that. Yo, where's Matt the hipster?
Maddie's smoking 2 L's right now, lounging, cooling off like my man McFly from back.
Yo, it didn't have nothing to do with calling him a kid, right?
Yo, it's like McFly. Don't call McFly a chicken because he'll get at you. Don't call Matt a kid. Because he will go motherfucking ape shit. You know what I'm saying?
That is like McFly, yo. You guys are making it worse right now.
Yo, I told you about calling me a kid, man.
Yo. Why you doing that, Enrique? Now he's really going to be mad. Stop.
Yo, Matt, I'm playing, Matt. It's just how we do it in New York City, USA.
Head movement. Maddie lounging right now with that jacket that air dries you and shit.
He wearing a dry fit. If you wear a dry fit, I'ma think you dry snitch.
Yo, you know what though? I want to say this, yo. Like out of all the fights, excluding Tyson Fury, like all the high level fights, I was most shocked that Leo and Abner didn't garner the attention, right? Like. Or you guys didn't feel that. I don't know. As you like to say, casual, did it reach your timeline, Leo and Abner?
Yeah, because this was part 2 and part 1 did as well. I would say this though. I actually recorded that fight and was watching it, and I worked today, so I was kind of tired. I went to a party last night, came home late, woke up early, blah blah blah, and started watching the fight. Got entertained by Jermell Charlo. Watched the not in that order, but the Terence Crawford Horn fight, then the Jermell Charlo. That was my order. Then the Leo Santa Cruz, and went into a sleep and said, I'm going to go on the podcast. I'm going to go to sleep for 30 minutes. And while the fight was playing, but when I woke up, it was like such an excited atmosphere that I was like, I thought something serious happened. I was like, yo, what the fuck just happened? It was just that much thing. So if it was like not getting the attention, it just had to not spill into another audience, because I'm sure all the hardcore boxing fans gave it attention. Otherwise, you know what I mean? That arena, that electricity, it wasn't 100. I thought it was 100. And it was on my timeline.
I'm just saying, like, numbers wise for us, like internally, it feels like there was way more attention on Terence Crawford, Tyson Fury.
No, not Tyson Fury. That was the gayest fight, the wackest fight, the most mismatches fight.
It's not here. You wilding right now.
Yo, Tyson just need to wear the color. It was Gay Pride weekend. He kissed a guy on the lips.
With his vest on.
He kissed a guy on the lips in the ring.
He carried him.
In a masculine sport, he was like 3 feet taller than him. At first, when I saw a picture, I'm like, yo, that's fake. He's probably standing on something. You know what I'm saying? I did not care. It does not say anything about his future, Tyson Fury, that is. He probably could fuck me up and fuck Blanco up, right, Blanco?
I mean, you know,
I'll have to stab him.
No. I would have to go MMA on the guy.
I would have to smack. I also have to stab him or hit him with a chair. But on the real though, I don't think last night did anything for Tyson Fury's future, and no one in the elite level is even taking him serious. I think he needs to fight somebody like a Shannon Briggs. You know what I'm saying?
I can't. Damn. Yo, you almost sounded good. This
until you said
casual. Hold on, let me get him. He's like, yo, man, that fight was shameful, but I think he needs to fight somebody like Shannon Briggs.
Hold on. Ness.
Let me finish my statement though. It was for entertainment. Let me finish. Hear me out. The reason why I named Shannon Briggs, because Tyson Fury is for entertainment purposes only. That's it. Shannon Briggs, he was great. He is great on internet, but at this point, there's nobody at elite level that could even be matched up against him. Entertainment purposes only. So them two come together. You know what I'm saying? Don't need to marinate.
But you said no top heavyweight's going to take him seriously. From King Kong Boxing, hey, Tyson Fury, how about facing Luis Ortiz for your next fight? Yes.
Yeah, let me bust your ass because your fame is going to be mine. That's what that's about. Your entertainment, I'm taking those people. That's called spilling in to another audience. And that is intelligent from Luis Ortiz.
So Cash, like, we going into
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get hyped up.
I thought he was the hype man right now. But for the people listening right now though, like, I know that you said that Cannon Briggs, you know, he needs to fight. I would have rather saw Cannon Briggs in this fight rather than Seferi, but and I mean, I would have thought it would have been a better fight. Even though they're trying to clown my man Cannon, I think the Cannon would have gave him a better fight right now.
You guys are both. I mean, look, Matt has called you fucking casual 2.0.
I'm talking about Cannon and Seferi.
Y'all want fucking Shannon Briggs. Shannon Briggs don't belong in the ring, bro. You're trying to get him killed.
Nah.
So hold on.
So you saying the Cannon Briggs? You saying the Cannon Briggs would have got
Indian.
Let me take taking the mic out. Wait a minute. You trying to tell me that Cannon Briggs will get beat up by Seferi?
He would get beat up by Tyson Fury.
I knew that. I'm saying I would have rather have seen Briggs fight him than fucking Seferi.
I hear you, man, but like Casual said, that's why he wasn't sounding so casual.
Tell the truth.
That's entertainment.
Yo, that was Andre the Giant Hulk Hogan. What you talking about?
Yo,
damn.
Shannon Briggs, Tyson Fury is entertainment. If Shannon Briggs replaces Seferi last night, nothing different happens, bro.
I mean, maybe the kiss on the lips definitely would not happen.
Definitely would have never happened.
Definitely would not happen.
I mean, look, this is Tyson came back with his old self again. It's just that not everybody took it the way he expected.
No, dog. The thing is that me and Matt told y'all before, people get caught up in this Tyson Fury shit because he's funny on social media. He ain't no fighter. He be boring you. So he got to do all this extra shit. We'll see. Yo, go through his resume, B. Like, remember, it was Derek Chisora and a bunch of nobodies and then Klitschko. Like, this is strategic, man. He about to do the same shit again. It's no different than, like, Frank Warren doing Flanagan. Like, come on, man.
Damn.
I'm just keeping it real.
Whoa. Hold on. Boom. Guess who stepped in the room?
No, he coming for you. He heard you. He heard what you said.
Cow.
Hit him with the boom. Hit him with the boom.
He coming for you.
My man got a steak in him right now. Better watch out.
You want to run put me?
The match. Don't worry.
Yo, shout out to Casual Fan. Yo, he changed the whole tempo of the show.
Casual. First off, the tank top you're wearing, I like it. Like pause, but I like it.
No, you don't. Don't tell him that.
Yeah, I like that.
Let me see. I'm gonna have to zoom him. What do you look?
It's a flower print, dog. Like
you
can't see it.
That's in there.
So I influenced you. because you got that from my flower jacket.
Man, y'all motherfuckers from the 70s with y'all flower patterns.
And not to say nothing, but my flower jacket got like hella likes. That was like one of my most.
Actually, your flower jacket is more made up of hummingbirds.
Yeah.
That's the white one that I had in Cali with y'all.
Yeah, I thought you was talking about that one.
I thought so too.
I'm talking about the blue one. I did it, but anyway, whatever.
You know what he hella likes though? Hold up.
No.
124. 124. I'm gonna go 125 right now. 125. 125. Who's gonna make it to 126? Who's gonna make it to 127? Let's go to 128. 128.
You gotta tell me what you're talking about, though.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up. 125. Let's go to 126. 126. Who wanna go to 126? 409 watching right now. 409. Let's go to 126. Damn, nobody moving.
Damn. Yo, so
where are we?
Well, nobody talked about my man. Brick City representative Shakur.
Damn, fucking Casual. I was gonna say something. He cut me off so much I forgot it.
Nobody spoke about my man Shakur Stevenson.
Oh no, wait. I got it. Where is it? Gotta go back. Nope.
The hummingbirds or the
No, it's the Flanagan.
I see them likes going up though right now.
Oh shit, the influence. It's Reek.
Yo,
Terence Crawford.
He's the favorite.
It's fucking Reek.
So wait, I just wanna go back to my point before Matt made his dramatic entrance.
He slid back on you fools. He was like, "What?"
Got us off the topic.
Yo, it's just dirt off my shoulder, fam. It's dirt off my shoulder. Don't worry.
Get him!
Danny Little, by a round of applause. Have you heard of him, Danny Little?
Nah.
Little? No.
Stephen Ormond.
Nah, sound like basketball players.
Jose Cepeda.
Are you mentioning baseball players now? I'm very confused.
Diego Magdaleno.
Oh yeah, yeah, he's a shortstop. He's a shortstop.
All right, no, Magnanello we heard of.
He's a shortstop.
We heard of Diego Magnanello.
All right. What about man, I gotta get Jeffrey on the job.
Magnanello.
Oh, I've lost my job already.
Damn.
Rob, why you sound like you in a closet now?
Wait, let Jeffrey.
I'm not taking microphone advice off you, Doomy. Even when you pulled it out. Look, I bet you still didn't talk into it.
I'm out here.
Yo, let me get Jeffrey on the job, guys.
Go ahead.
Zankifana.
Is that Latin or
he's making up names?
Is that one name or is that Zonky Fana?
That's South African.
Don Quixote.
Monksi Fana. Okay, Orlando Cruz.
Yeah, I know him.
Peter Petrov.
Yes.
Petrov, okay.
That's Russian, right?
Maurice Hooker.
Yeah, I know Hooker. From Vegas.
That's
oh man.
That's Terry Flanagan's resume.
Bury yourself a little more.
But I need Crawford for the Terry Flanagan fight. I do. That's the one fight I got wrong this weekend.
We all do. I just want to show.
Got a family of pie crow eating.
I just want to show a little comparison. John McDermott.
No.
Rich Power.
Yes.
He sound like a sound mixer. Rich Power.
Yo, you heard of Rich Power, Matt? You fucking liar.
Yeah, haven't we done videos with them?
No, you talking about something Powell.
Oh, never mind then. Never mind.
Zach Page.
No.
Sound like a movie star in a race movie.
Check this one out. Marcielo Luis Nascimento.
Wow.
That's Italian or Latin?
No, that was Mexico all the way.
I want to say Nascimento is for. Oh, he's Brazilian.
Oh yeah,
Portuguese.
Brasileiro, no Portuguese. Sorry, you don't get the rep right now. Sorry.
Marcelo Luis Nascimento. That's how you say it in Brazil.
Is that your poorest version of a Brazilian Portuguese accent?
No, have you heard him? Fuck how it sounds.
I never heard of him.
All right, Derek Chisora.
Yeah, heavyweight.
Nikola
Tesla.
No, we have not heard him. Zach Galifianakis, we have not heard of him.
Okay. Neven, whatever.
No.
Martin Rogan, Vinny Magdaloni.
No.
Is that Vinny Magdaleno's brother?
Yeah, I know. But I have heard of this guy because of the guy he fought, though. Kevin Johnson. We all heard of the Kingpin. He fought AJ too. Steve Cunningham. We heard of the
I heard of him.
cruiserweight. Joey Abel. We only know you because you sparred Deontay Wilder, but he also fought Tyson Fury. But Joey Abel.
Oh, Joey Abel's the big dude.
Yeah, the sparring partner.
Yeah, like the Polish or something.
Christian Hammer. Not Christina Hammer.
The brother, the twin. I won't date a girl twin of a boy.
Bro, you seldom.
What if the girl Clarissa gonna fight? This is her brother and shit. Christian Hammer. Let's go. Let's go, champ. Yo, so have you heard of Christian Hammer?
Nope. Yeah, he's top 15. Somebody says Fat Apples.
Who said from what? In what ranking?
He might be in one ranking. Let's be honest.
Yo, Vladimir Klitschko.
Of course.
Now you see the comparison. Those are Frank Warren fighter resumes, bro. Like, don't expect shit. I went through that long, drawn out thing to tell you, don't expect Fury to fight anybody till the AJ fight. Rolling your eyes, Rob. I'm rolling your eyes, Rob.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know.
Right. The thing is that Rob considers Tony Bellew. You consider Tony Bellew somebody.
That's his hero.
Because he is.
No, that's a check. That's not
his hero.
That's not a legitimate fight for
who?
For
Tyson Fury, you're talking.
But any heavyweight.
Except for David Hay.
Go look at the WBC
not
rankings.
Even David Hay, bro. David Hay had a broken leg, bro.
In the second fight.
Pull up
bring
up your boys' rankings.
Who?
Bring up the WBC rankings.
Okay.
Why?
What are we gonna get out of this one?
I don't know.
Bellew is in there.
You want to bring him up? You want to bring him up? Maybe you should bring him up when you're trying to make an argument.
Well, you're trying to just completely dismiss Tony Bellew, but look where he is in the WBC rankings.
Oh, okay. As a heavyweight?
No, but I can't.
I
can't believe you're choosing rankings over the word of the man. Like, he could be ranked number one. He already he turned himself into a duck. He said, I want to fight Wilder, then I don't want to fight Wilder. Now he's picking only damaged heavyweights.
For money, isn't it prize fighting? Isn't it?
And that's fine, Rob. I don't have any issue with him doing that for money. What I'm saying is we can't mistake it for a viable fight for a heavyweight. Like, Tyson Fury doesn't prove anything. Like you said, it's a money fight. So him fighting Bellew doesn't prove anything.
Well, I have a question that's very quickly, because I think most of us, except for Rob, think that Tyson Fury will beat Bellew in that matchup. I know Rob is a big Bellew fan, and I agree that I think Bellew is more competitive in this matchup than
he's
you do.
my hero.
But I will say this.
It's a personal favorite. No wonder.
Hold on, very quickly. I'll say this. I think we can all safely say that we would be excited for that matchup. Like, that build up for that fight would make us.
You're safely wrong.
I hate the double standards.
Like, you don't think the press conferences?
I hate the double standards, because when I got excited for the thought of Wilder versus Bellew, it was like, no, that's a shade. It's cheating. Oh, Wilder's wrong. Why is he cherry picking? Now Tyson Fury's bigger, heavier than Wilder, and it's not cherry picking. Like, you motherfuckers need to get consistent. And I don't mean you guys on this panel. I don't mean I mean in general, like the world. Like, where's the consistency with the shit that y'all spew all day?
Spew face. I'm not getting excited. I'm not getting excited for a fucking.
I just don't understand why
cruiserweight to fight a super huge heavyweight. Come on,
I'm not excited about Tyson Fury at all. Put it that way.
Okay,
put it that way. You know what I'm saying?
I just don't know how you.
If they were to say, Rob, if they were to say Tyson Fury's fighting AJ August, who's your pick?
AJ.
Okay, then.
That's everybody's pick, though.
All right. So if you would say Tyson Fury's fighting Anthony Joshua, my fault. Deontay Wilder is Deontay Wilder. Brian Jennings, it'll be Brian Jennings.
No.
So that's Brian Jennings' face there. Say that to Brian Jennings' face.
You're on the roll there.
Cool your shoes.
Speaking of Brian Jennings, Joe Joyce has offered him the fight in August where he was supposed to face Parker. So.
Nice.
Yeah, but we can't even look. Joe Joyce just wants that to happen. He wants to get mentioned because listen, he offered Big Baby Miller the fight. Big Baby wanted it. Then he finds out there's no money behind the fight.
Big Baby allegedly wanted $3 million.
No money, no money.
He offered Dillian White the fight. Dillian White also said there was no money behind the fight.
Or are they all ducking Joe Joyce?
Oh, okay. I like that narrative.
Yeah, whatever. But just very quickly, it's just interesting that you obviously hated Seferi and that Tony Bellew can't do nothing, even though for Fury, even though he's fifth in the WBC rankings.
Can you read Joe Joyce's resume out loud? Like
absolutely,
at least three of them.
Not before we shout out my man.
At least three of them. He's only had 4 fights.
All right, the 4 recents, the 3 recents.
I Love Muff Dive says do Wilder's resume. Shout out to I Love Muff Dive. That was a little while ago.
You don't shout out without a super chat, but go ahead.
That was super chat. Wah wah.
Oh damn. Okay, my bad. Well, shout out to you. You got extra attention.
Call you attention whore.
Call you Chinny Chin Chin.
Yeah, I'm getting a little weak.
Joe calling all cars. Now, I would like to see Joe Joyce get a shot, but he needs to stop calling out the tippity top.
Bro, he's the juggernaut right now. The way his style is.
If he ain't got the bread, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you got to understand, like, when Loma fought Salido, Bob paid Salido because you got to understand that the person that loses to the guy who's 2-0, 4-0, 5-0, you're embarrassed. So you need to pay for that embarrassment. The same way that people like, yo, look, Joseph Parker I'm out 33, 37%. Because you got to pay for that loss. You're not just going to give up your loss.
Or actually, you're not paying for that loss. Here's the other perspective. You got to pay to be promoted, Joe Joyce. So you're telling me Joe Joyce has 4 fights only on his record? Professional fights?
Yes.
Yeah, but he's a declarated amateur, though. He's a former Olympian.
No, he's a silver medalist in the Olympics. Not just a former Olympian. He actually medaled in the Olympics.
He medaled up. Cut it out.
Well, if you want to shine, your promoter got to pay for the shine, bro.
His promoter's David Hay.
And Richard Schaefer.
David Hay needs to do what Oscar De La Hoya did. When De La Hoya signed when De La Hoya signed Bernard Hopkins.
That must be the new song.
He fought Bernard Hopkins and made $30 million and paid Bernard $10 million. So David Broken Leg Hay needs to get in there with Joy Joyce and put a name on his resume.
Man, he's just been too fucked up in his last 2 fights, man. Are we gonna get another injured fucking Hay? Like,
yeah, you don't want that because then it becomes like, yo, he's injured. He's gonna injure.
Nah, what's gonna end up happening? The people are just gonna say he's washed up.
Richard Schaefer name just came up. He was at the Charlo fight yesterday. What was his business?
He promoted that.
Oh, really? Okay, dope. I didn't know that.
Yes, he's Star Promotions.
As soon as I see him, I think immediately of Oscar De La Hoya.
Yeah, that's the association that they have. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this right now, hit that thumbs up button and always remember that you should be hitting me because I'm giving you this tip right now. PBC is live. You can catch Michael Hunter, the former U.S. Olympian heavyweight, in the ring at the moment on Fox Sports 1. Travis Kaufman, also a heavyweight, will be in as well on Fox Sports 1. If you're Joey Spencer, Trey Hunter, also will be in the ring. If you're interested, see me, I don't watch any football, any baseball, none of that good goofy stuff. So this is on. I'm recording it. I'm chilling. I'm happy, so I'm trying to get one of you guys happy too. That being said, I think it's time to open up the phone lines. And Matt, now that you're back, do you got any different news?
No, I mean, you guys probably touch on everything I would say probably correctly. So
we just touched on the Joe Joyce in terms of headlines. I want to say,
I will say this. There's one thing I just want to say, and it's kind of a callback probably to what you guys have been talking about. But the Jermell Charlo Austin Trout fight, I saw a ton of hate online for Jermell Charlo. That makes zero sense to me. I think Jermell Charlo put on a boxing clinic in a sense. I mean, he made an Austin Trout who gave Jared Hurd.
What kind of hate, bro? You got to elaborate. We didn't see this.
A lot of boos on live though.
A lot of people saying that like Jermell isn't as good as Jamal. That once he reaches up to competition, he doesn't get the KO. Like that's
Well, Jared Hurd said that himself.
Yeah, but I saw a lot of people echo that. A lot of fans in the mentions echo that sentiment.
I mean, that's cool.
You know what that reminded me of, Matt? It reminded me of the time when Keith Thurman's streak of knockouts started, stopped.
Yes.
And then everybody kind of was hating on him a little bit. Like, you're not always going to get the knockout. And that's a stigma that follows you. If you're a knockout.
Yeah, but listen, that's cool. But he did turn up when it was time to turn up. And you cannot take that away from him. He knocked down Trout 2 times on purpose. Not by accident, behind the head, none of that shit. It happened on purpose, intention.
One questionable.
I give it all to him. Nah, one was not questionable.
Yes,
it was a knockdown. You know what I'm saying? It was never a slip. So he looked damn good. He always turned up.
And a guy like Austin Trout only won like 3 or 4 rounds, maybe. I thought Charlo put on a great fight. I think the hate for him in that matchup made no sense to me.
It was borderline domination. Like he dominated the fight. Borderline.
It wasn't as entertaining as some other fights he's had, but hey, not all of them can be entertaining. He put on a boxing clinic. It happens against a guy like Austin Trout.
Exactly. Let's give that credit to Austin Trout. He's done it to plenty of guys. And he had a little trouble with my man Austin Trout. So let's give Austin Trout his credit. He's a hell of a gatekeeper.
And don't even give him that disrespect. Don't disrespect him.
That ain't disrespect.
Don't disrespect him.
That is definitely
Austin Trout for all the names: Miguel Cotto, Lara, Jamal, and Hurd.
He beat Cotto.
And Hurd. He's not a gatekeeper. And he said himself, "Yo, these guys are good. I ain't going nowhere. I'll be back."
Listen, man. Yo, you must have been listening to that song all day.
Austin Trout needs to fight Tony Harrison.
No, Kelbrook, come on.
That's a good one.
Go get that check in. That's a winnable fight for Trout, man.
Rob getting excited. Hold
bags.
Nah, man. Trout needs to rebuild. And he's already rebuilt a bunch of times.
But he can't rebuild like Tyson Fury style.
Man, why y'all keep saying rebuild?
Not at all.
He's fighting the future. He's fighting up-and-coming future champions.
Brother, it's still tough fight after tough fight after tough fight. You trying to break his face, man.
Yeah. You're right.
Shit.
So that's why.
I don't think Austin wants anybody.
You live right there in Las Cruces, Mexico. You need to really go to Mexico with your wife and just
smoke weed every day.
Just for a little bit.
It's hard to tell a fighter that, man, when you love it and it's in you, man, and you're able and capable.
Yo, Trout got kids, he got a wife, and he got a dog. He could take a year vacation.
True. I ain't saying nothing.
If he does that, he won't want to come back. That's too comfortable.
Nah, man, you could work out every day and live a life, baby.
I mean, you talking about just laid back.
Look at you. You go to the gym every day.
But I ain't trying to go to the boxing gym every day, you know what I'm saying, and be pushed to the limit.
I mean, you could stay in shape and not have to go to the boxing gym. Like you don't got to.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, we're going down a fantasy road with Trout in his life. What I want to do is head on out to the callers. So before we do that, we got to get to the sponsors. But I want to give everybody the number. Matt obviously has another headline.
No, not headline. I want to make sure you plugged the new .com with the sale that we had. Whatever. Remember, you wanted me to remind you?
We did.
Okay, just make sure.
We did, but we can say it again, which is ships or ship sales. Ship sales, but SALE 18 is the code to receive a massive 40% off. Yo, so tell the truth when you call in. All right, no lies. Remember, if you didn't pick Flanagan, get this crow.
We need it.
It's all good. I'm gonna get to eat mine. Because I swore, like Rob likes to insinuate, that there was no way Flanagan was not going to get this win. So I didn't even think Hooker. First of all, I didn't think Hooker had the skills. So shout out to Terence Crawford for lying on his pictures. I told you was going to win. Nobody knew Hooker was going to win.
He saw something in him.
He ain't see nothing.
He came through though.
If Horn won, I'm sure there was a fighter that was out there that would say the same shit. Yo, Horn, I told you was going to win.
Can I just say something? Why are we not talking about my man Shakur's fight? Even though it's not the greatest opponent, he knocked the motherfucker down 4 times.
There we go. We mentioned it.
True.
Hater.
What about Pedraza? We didn't even know.
Don't be coming to the bricks with that bullshit.
Yo, what's that? Fight number 3? Fight number 3, 4 or 5 for him?
For Shakur?
Yeah.
Like 7.
Damn. No. Get the right. Come on, man. You giving out stats.
Yeah, he threw that like in front of it. Like 7.
Enrique, we need a hashtag Matt Stats shirt because that shit is mad popular.
Yes. Can I please get
He got 7 fights, so Matt is right.
Oh!
Get him!
Gotta say hashtag Matt Stats, but somewhere it's gotta like real small curves, gotta be like by Ness.
Trademark by Nestor Gibbs.
I invented that shit.
Yo, he said the little ticket on the shirt gotta say that, all right?
Nah, under like the motherfucking stat S, under like the last stat S.
Visible.
That's
right
funny.
there, a little cursive, like
the signature.
Shout out to ESPN's Camp Life, all right?
Yeah.
Oh.
They stole that. They hate.
Sometimes I feel discouraged.
I do. Yeah, preach, brother.
I feel that way.
Preach it, brother. Preach it.
Yo, listen, they always tell you that, imitation is the form of flattery. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. Yeah. Or robbery, but
Yeah.
Trademarking is the sign of good business.
True.
Or infringement.
Yo, in 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time to voice your opinion here on the Voice of the People hotline. Matt's been away eating, so there's no names.
A little extra clenbuterol in the diet.
I'll get on that. I'll get on the names
because he's been eating clenbuterol with Canelo.
Go to Skype then.
But that being said, like he said, you can call us in on Skype by adding Nestor Gibbs. We must be amigos, which translates to friends in English.
Where everybody knows your name.
That was so bad.
Friends.
We have some ringers
or friends.
How
many of us have them?
Yo, shout out to all of us who didn't grow up with cable. Cheers was a great show.
I never enjoyed Cheers.
Yeah, Cheers was overrated show.
I mean, Seinfeld was just good. So
Seinfeld's a much better show than Cheers. That's blasphemy.
That is true.
Go to the sponsors and then to our callers.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Okay, so El Camino, let's talk about that just a little bit. El Camino. So if I get a Tesla, I don't come home with like charging station?
Well, no, because Tesla actually has their charging stations spread out through. They have an app and you can find them. There's one in Menlo for you, this nearest for you that I think, I don't know.
Kind of far, actually.
No, but you're actually in West Orange, so you might have one in Livingston Mall.
Right, but I have to go to the mall to fill up my car. I'm trying to understand that.
That's the thing, though.
So is that why I call El Camino? He puts one in my house?
If you want to do that, because the thing is that these new charging, like Tesla, that technology, that shit charges forever.
The charging stations, right?
We need that Cardi B soundbite right there, because that charges forever.
I never heard that one. But
what? You
yeah.
If she, when she be like, if you beef with me, we beefing forever.
Oh yeah.
So if I'm traveling in California, is El Camino providing services along the whole California state?
So now y'all acting like I fucking went through El Camino's business plan.
Look, El Camino, if you listening, I just want to be clear. I want your advertisement to be understood. Like there's people watching instantly. You get 4,000 people to hear El Camino, and they don't really know what it means. Do you put a charging station in their house? I'm that person.
That's why you can head to El Camino
electrical
services.
But I'm lazy. I don't do that.
And
But
get the full scoop. You know,
right. You're right. Actually, you're absolutely right. ElCamino.com.
But I mean,
Doobie.
But I guess they'll be providing electrical service along the whole Camino.
Yeah, they not electrifying your house. They electrify your car.
Well, that is also false.
No.
Reek.
They're full electrical services, dog.
Oh, so if I want to update my panel, I want 220 all through the house.
Fam.
Tell him to go to the .com, please.
Go to .com. Electric at El Camino.
He got you all fucked up.
Services.com.
This is actually great for El Camino, by the way. So El Camino, send me a check.
Enrique, just so you know, there will be a quarterly meeting with El Camino for the business in Vegas, I think later this month. So if you want to go there, we have a meeting. We can discuss the business.
22nd to the 23rd, we will be in Vegas. With
my company, they ain't invite me.
No per diem.
There's no per diem. They ain't give me no travel expense. I didn't get invited to the conference. I didn't get invited to the conference.
But I thought you were my friend.
Let me get to the callers. Did we get to the sponsors?
Yes, we did. We did get to the sponsors. We
actually extended the sponsorship.
A little extra talk there.
We're going to New Jersey.
Just like the king is what I mean. The king is what I mean. My man, get a cup and put some change inside your hand. Now hold up. Let's make this official. Everybody that's agreeing.
I mean,
what up?
Yo.
What up?
What up?
Yo.
Yo.
Listening to the show, fellas, in and out. I was trying to make a good point. I might have to come back to it. But last night, I really want to say Terence Crawford, he did what he was supposed to do. I thought he was going to start off conventional. When Terence Crawford starts off southpaw, that means he has no respect for your power. He's taking a risk because his defense is a little, keeps his hand down a little bit too much. But he did what he's supposed to do. For me, the conversation becomes, what is he going to be able to do at 147 at top rank? Like, is there enough people for him to fight? Because will he have access to, at the very least, throw him in there with Broner, right? Or Sean Porter, or is he going to get those fights anytime soon, if ever at all? Or does he do, which would disappoint me to some degree, is Bob Arum going to line him up to fight Matisse? You know what I'm saying? So, that's
Probably.
the point I want to make about that.
Probably. That's what I felt.
All right, Cash, you on fire. Go ahead.
What's up? No, that's what I felt. What's up? I felt the same way. I was like, damn, who does he fight though? He's not calling anyone out that we are excited about and celebrate, like the Danny Garcias, the Sean Porters, the names you just mentioned, Keith Thurman, but or Errol Spence, and then you think about who he's down with, and that's Bob Arum, top rank. So who does he fight next? Matisse, and that was this exact thought I had.
It would be Jose Benavidez next. More than likely, Bob has said that. Every party has said that. And then the winner of Pack over to Lucas Matisse next. And that's fights. You're looking at, second half of 2019? And then maybe a Danny fight or a Sean fight.
If Bob Arum listens to the show, the soundbite when we hear Jose Benavidez is Conor McGregor. Who the fuck is that guy?
Just also his dad, man. We don't want that.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Right? Like, who are you spilling into? What audience do you spill into with Jose Benavidez?
Yeah, definitely not keeping ESPN Plus for that bullshit. So, yeah, man, it was a good night. You listen, now Charlo and Trout, man, listen, Trout, he's a wily little bastard, man. I thought he was going to go down much earlier in that fight. Yeah, it was cool, man. I think it was a fair fight. That draw, I don't know who the fuck saw the draw, as far as that one scorecard, but I think it was a pretty cool fight, man. Mares and Santa Cruz, that was, to me, that was old school Mexican warriors duking it out. It was, shit, I'd see that again just for shits and giggles, man. That's pretty much my call. I don't think I got nothing else left for the night, man. I'm out, man. Good show, fellas.
Yeah, heading out to another ringer, KM Star. What up, KM Star? How you doing?
Hey guys, what's up? So I thought the ESPN app was good, actually. I downloaded it on my television, and the quality of the stream was better than even like the Showtime app. Maybe because I started watching the 6:30 undercard, but by the end of the night, like trying to make it all the way through to the Showtime card, I came to the realization that someone really should introduce a change to the way we schedule main event. I think at most there should be 2 undercard, then there should be the main event, and then that should be followed by another card or 2. Because, the people who are casual or stars or just there for a night out, they'll see the main event. Maybe they'll bounce or maybe they'll stay depending on how they feel. But the boxing fans will still stay for the, call it the after card, if they feel like it's something that interests them. And it also affords us the opportunity, now that these people don't care about putting cards on at the same time, the same night, it'll give us a chance to switch over and watch the main on another network. And I know we don't care about who makes money on a network end, but it does impact the fighters. You know what I'm trying to say? How their numbers look, what they think the interest was, et cetera, et cetera. I know, all things being equal, the fighter who is most popular should get the most views, but it also depends on the platform. So I think that's a little bit unfair. Moving on from that, how great are Jeff Horn and Austin Trout as far as sportsmanship goes? I love those guys. I really felt the way they took their losses is how proper sportsmen are supposed to behave in this sport. I actually like Jeff Horn as far as the type of person that he is. Trout is tremendous as a boxer. If that guy had power, he'd be pretty much like top 10, I think, as an active fighter today. Crawford definitely is a tremendous talent. I remember earlier in the call, you guys were going back and forth for where he stands. And that's kind of a flaw in your argument about saying where was the pound for pound calling out for, Thurman and these other guys. The difference is this is the 3rd weight class for Crawford. So that's why it's a pound for pound discussion. Whether you think pound for pound is BS or not, that's exactly what the definition of pound for pound is. He's actually going up weight by weight and proving that he's one of the best fighters at those classes. He has a lot to prove at welterweight. I know that's what you really meant. But, I think there's no question that if you care at all, if you want to talk about pound for pound, the guy's name is supposed to be there. And you guys covered it already, but all I can think about is who is Crawford going to fight, specifically because of this top rank thing. Tim Bradley couldn't cross the line over to Heyman's side. So what makes us think that that'll ever happen for Crawford? And literally, I could give a fuck about David Benavidez. So it's kind of disappointing that right now we're probably going to lose, the best options for Crawford for a bit. Charlo kept his swag, even though that LA crowd was mad disrespectful. I have no idea what the fuck they were booing. That was a good fight. It really annoyed me that people could actually be in an arena and be so damn disrespectful, to be honest with you. And I'll close it here. That Leo Santa Cruz tick thing, you guys have me laughing. It's more than the hand twitch, though. Have you noticed how he taps his hips? Like, literally, he twitches his hands, and then his hands drop and taps his hip. And then his hands come back up. And the funny thing is, he doesn't do it just when he's fighting. He does it when he's sitting down in the corner. You can see him doing it, tap his hip and twitch his hands. It's odd. I wonder why he does that. And I'm surprised that more people can't time it and take advantage of it. I guess it kind of means he's a pretty good fighter because he's still winning with these obvious, tick. Anyway, that's my call, guys. Thanks for a great show. It was a good weekend for boxing.
Thank you, Cam Star. And I just want to address what you said in the beginning about, these different competing cards on a Saturday and competing for boxing fans' attention and how it's just overall a negative thing for both the consumer and for fighters. I agree. I don't think there's really any logical solution at this point, though. Whether you change the main event to be in the middle of the card, like you said, in terms of a live event, you can't do that because the second the main event's over, everyone leaves the venue. So all these fights, the post-limb, so to speak, are going to be dead. There's going to be no one there. There's a lot of things that are wrong with these, sort of competing nature, but that's shout out to capitalism. It is the way it is. Going out to
I was gonna say real quick, shout out to Cam Star, obviously, for being a ringer, which is one of our perks on Patreon. So don't forget to head on over to patreon.com/ The Boxing Voice for many, many extras. We have Standing 8 Count, Untitled, Overtime, Border Wars, and more. So don't forget patreon.com/The Boxing Voice. We're going to head on out.
Hold on. We're not. We're going to go to Rob because he has his hand up. Like at school.
No, I was just going to say, Camstar mentioned that there was a flaw in Nez's idea of pound for pound, and that the point is that he's been through the weight divisions, but there's heavyweights in pound for pound lists who haven't gone through any weights other than the one that, they're just in the one they're in. So I don't know.
Pound for pound is a debate that doesn't even have like a set criteria.
No, there isn't a rule set to pound for pound. So it's all pure opinion. And if guys make your list, then that's up to you. People will argue your list and whatever.
It's effective, bro. That's like the arguments list. Let's go out to Skype. We're going to Cincinnati Cobra. Anthony Edwards, what's up?
What's good? What's good, man? Just got back in the house. Just got back in the city, man. Y'all entertaining the shit out of me on the road, I must say. Y'all East Coast guys, man. Y'all motherfucker. Y'all ruthless, bro. But nah, it was a great weekend for boxing, man. Especially yesterday. That was a little treat for me starting off to catch that Maurice Hooker and Flanagan fight. I had no idea they were even fighting, so that was something nice to catch on YouTube. I was worried they was gonna rob him, but yeah, so one judge had the scorecard for Flanagan super wide, but he ended up winning. He kind of reminds me of Robert Easter. Like, he kind of shaped just like tall, lanky, kind of wings his punches a little bit too much, but hey, shit, he got the win. At night I had I had two TVs set up, Terence Crawford and the Charlo fight. Terence Crawford, he came in and did what he had to do, man. I feel like maybe we can give Jeff Horn a little more credit, because we are arguing about who's a better win, Algieri or Horn. I think the point Matt was trying to make was just that Horn ain't get obliterated, whereas Algieri kind of did. He survived, but Horn didn't necessarily survive. He made it a fight. So based on resumes, Algieri is a better win, but based on the actual fight, Horn was a better win. And Terence Crawford was going up to a bigger guy rather than Spence going down to a smaller guy. So, it is what it is. But shit, man, it's always fun watching Charlo fight. Trout, somebody say like, okay, he didn't knock him out, but Jerry Hurd did. But nah, Jerry Hurd didn't even knock down Trout, did he? In that fight, I don't think he knocked him down.
But he stopped Hurd. I mean, he stopped Trout.
Yeah. He stopped and he quit in the corner. Well, probably his corner more so quit, but hell, shit, he was coming off a layoff. He didn't look like he was in shape, but he was winning that fight up until that point. Well, close to it. I forget what the scorecards actually were, but it was close. But he was in that fight. But at no point was he ever going to really trouble Charlo. So if they make that fight, man, I might have to go to that shit. But and the Leo Santa Cruz fight, I think that kind of lost me. I watched it, but I started eating and going back and forth and talking shit and drinking and shit. It kind of lost me because it is a good fight, but it's one of those shits. If you've seen the first one, you've seen the second one, and you're gonna see anyone after that. Like, it's gonna be the exact same fight every single time. I was kind of disappointed in Mares because I thought he was gonna have a different game plan, but it looked like the same shit to me. You can't win like that. So it is what it is, but yeah, that's all I got, guys.
Thank you, Anthony.
All right. And well, thanks for calling in, my friend.
Quick, go to Ron, the mastermind, one of the highest tiers on Patreon. So just shout out to Ron. And also, I want to say, what was I going to say about Anthony's point? I forget. We go to Ron. Doesn't matter.
What's going on, guys? See you guys, full panel. Just want to say what up. Didn't have to eat any crow because I didn't pick on that Hooker and Flanagan fight. That shit was terrible. I don't. Isn't Maurice Hooker going into that Super 6 tournament or something?
Yep.
Yeah, he's not going to keep that belt long. So big ups for him winning it. But I just kind of want to just elaborate more on like how they stack their card. with other events, I did like a little Twitter attention, like where everyone was going at at that night, because I had 3 TVs actually going on, because there's like that UFC event. Man, I feel like a lot of fighters lost so much attention that night, because when Charlo was going on, there was so much Twitter attention and so much people was actually watching CM Punk going and doing his little UFC thing. And then right after that, you know, the Horn and Crawford fight was going on. And that was, I felt really bad for Charlo, because that was like the worst spot to be in when that fight was going on. And then he was getting booed out in LA. I honestly think that fight matchup was just a stylistic match. I think Trout had to fight Charlo different than he had to fight Hurd. And I think that Hurd fighting Charlo is actually going to be a better favor fight for Charlo. And I think Laura will be actually a harder fight for Charlo opposed to Hurd and Laura. So I just think that division is just a styles matchup. And so I think that Charlo's going to win by that. But overall, you know, it was too much fights on one Saturday. They didn't do better. It's just working it out. But Joey Spencer's fighting on tonight. So if you guys can go to FS1 later, check that out. And also Gabe Flores, you guys didn't talk about him, but he's out here also in Oakland. So he had a good performance. He's like 18 or something like that. 17, 18, just graduated high school. So he's super young. But good show, guys. I'll talk to you guys later in the chat.
Thank you, Ron.
All right, Ron. Well, thank you. As always, like Matt said, he is one of our masterminds, one of the highest tiers on patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. Listen, since we're talking about masterminds and sort of positions held here on TBV, need to remind everyone we are looking for a social media content manager. We need someone to manage our Facebook, another to manage the IG, along with other people, obviously. So definitely hit up Matt or email us, you know, or hit up Rob. You know, those are all good guys to talk to. I'm the last person you want to talk to. A lot of you people hit me up.
Yeah. If anyone wants quick
good
responses, do not hit up Ness.
Or Doomsday.
Or Doomsday.
Yeah, don't hit up Doomsday.
Enrique actually is very good about responding. So I mean, any of us 3, me, Rob, Enrique, hit us up. We can, you know, point you to the right direction, get you figured out, and get you a position here if you want it. So yeah.
I would basically just like
real quick in the chat, B. Paulie, what do you mean get a female? You mean a female co-host or get a female? Oh, to manage social media. I do want a female to manage the social media. I just haven't found one. So
shout out to Monsterpiece for not wanting to.
Now Monsterpiece like is doing other stuff. You know, actually, Enrique says he has someone that can assist us in numerous different avenues, but we're still waiting to see, does he produce this
mythical person?
Yes, mythical.
I don't know. That's a new thing to me. I don't remember even voicing that out my mouth.
That was one of your 3 a.m. phone calls. Off the sauce.
Yo, I got somebody to cover everything, the show, everything.
Moments like, yo. But all right, back to the phone lines. Who's up?
Bodega.
Don't forget, just I want to reiterate that because you know, the IG is looking kind of slow. I don't like the way it's looking. We need that IG getting.
If you want to contact us, ThaBoxingVoice@yahoo.com or MattHunterTBV@gmail.com. Easiest to get a hold of us.
You can hit me up on IG too. I answer you on IG.
Hold up. Are there any skills necessary?
Yes, WordPress would be you know, something that we would like you to be savvy with and have a iPhone.
Now what if the listener's response is like, for WordPress for IG? I'm nice. Do I need WordPress? I never heard of that.
Well, WordPress is not for IG, but
it's not for IG, but I want the person to be WordPress savvy.
You want them to be versatile to do IG and something else.
So that they can have the ability to further their TBV career.
If you want to enter in the same position that me and Rob entered when we first entered the company, this is that position. Enjoy it. It's fun.
Is it entry level? Can I then go on the show?
Entry level. I don't think
it's an entry level position. Yes.
I don't think it's entry level.
It takes you 3 months and you have to buy your own banner, but you can get on the show. Trust me.
You can buy your own banner. Trust me, get on the show
and do it for like a month, and you can have your own show.
Yes.
Oh shit!
Where the one who's been here for like a year is named second.
Yes.
All right. So who's up? Who's up? Hurricane Ray, Miami?
No. Bodega.
Bodega, San Antonio, Texas. Talk to me.
What's going on, man? What's good? It's your boy Bodega. Just want to say, want to comment on the Lil Santa Cruz Abner Mares fight. Thought it was a good fight. You know, pretty much a replay of the first one. I want to see Lil Santa Cruz versus Gary Russell, and then I also want to see Carl Frampton versus Abner Mares, and I think that they should do that as a doubleheader. I think that would be a good idea. And yeah, I know y'all were talking about where could they put it. I think maybe a good place where they could put it would be Texas. I think, you know, there's a big Mexican American population. There's a good boxing crowd, you know, maybe San Antonio, maybe Houston. They could do something like that.
Bodega, I know you from San Antonio and all that, but why would Gary Russell say yeah to fighting a Mexican in Texas?
For the bag?
Why not? I think he could win, so why not? Why not, you know, take the stipulation, you know, whatever, you know, be the away guy. You know, he's not a draw right now, but if he beats Santa Cruz, he could become a bigger draw after that. You know, after he, you know, if he does pretty good against Santa Cruz, he could build his own fan base. Right now, he's only fighting once a year. He doesn't really have a big fan base. He could come out, you know, take a risk, come to Texas, come to Cali, and you know, make his own fan base off of that. They could do something like that. And then maybe also Oscar Valdez, he could fight that one British champion. I know I forget his name. It's a British guy that's also a featherweight champion. They could do that, and they could do, you know, some type of tournament, and then the winners start fighting each other, and then maybe we could get undisputed featherweight champion.
Bodega, I want you to be part of this. Ness, so Gary Russell Jr., you're saying why would he say yes to a Mexican populated state fight? Who's the A side, Gary Russell or Leo Santa? I would immediately say Leo Santa. He's more active.
Cruz.
All right, so then don't you have to agree to the A side's terms? And if the promoter believes that the fight is much more lucrative and a Mexican,
not Gary Russell, bro. He fights one time a year. He makes almost $1 million. He's good.
He makes over $1 million.
He wears wooden jewelry, bro. He ain't got no problem chilling.
He wears wooden jewelry. But what I'm saying is, to make $1 million, you got to make $2 million as a fighter. We heard that on the show. So he technically is not making $1 million.
I mean, he's got to build his fan base somehow. He's not going to build his fan base fighting once a year out, you know what I'm saying, in his hometown. He's got to go out there and go get it. You know, that's what I think.
Yeah, and I think fighting in a Mexican populated state is a bigger attraction and a bigger win if he does win.
Agreed.
Exactly.
Shout out to Hardcore Enrique here.
AKA.
Oh, they got. Thanks for calling in, my friend. We're going out to Miami. Hurricane Ray, talk to us.
Yo, what up, TVB? You can hear me loud and clear?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we do.
Real clear. We went from hurricane. We went from bodega to hurricane. You know what I mean?
Just like that. Moving right along. What's up, fellas? Yo, what a night of fights, man. Let me tell you, man. Hey, yo, Ness, why you disputing the pound for pound? I know you think it's subjective, but yo, you wasn't talking all that when Mayweather was, you know, rooted pound for pound.
Brother, man, you never heard me caring about Mayweather being pound for pound.
What? That's funny. That's funny. You got jokes tonight. But for real though, Crawford is the pound for pound king right now until the next man steps up. You know, we'll see. But realistically, who's next? I would like to see the winner from Garcia and Porter. You know, to see what's up. See if he got some real skills. And I know you're still hating, man, but Danny Garcia kind of did the same thing, and he didn't even unify or become the lineal champion at that division like Terence Crawford did. And you ain't pick no bones on him, man. You was giving him an A pass. Now, yo, just chill, man. Let it happen. We seen greatness. I think this boy's gonna put hands on the 147 division Thurman doesn't want it. Garcia doesn't want it. Maybe Porter, he got that kind of style coming forward, you know, slashing with his head, left, right, and back. You know, maybe he could cut him. But other than that, this man is going to reign in that division. Spence, not a problem. I said that's my call.
Now, you guys are funny as hell, man. Terrence could beat Spence based off Horn. Whoa.
Nah, man, it's based off what he looked like against Horn. You know, accurate, dominant.
Who is Horn, though?
It don't matter. Errol Spence did the same thing to equivalent opponents, man. You talking Chris Algieri, a smaller fighter. Dude is on Weight Watchers. No offense. But he like, you know, he want to stay under. He's small. Horn was like a bodybuilder. Yeah.
Oh, you in the muscle watching?
No, I'm into like, yo, the man stepped up from a low weight, 140.
Cause Algieri was just somebody I was using to compare to Horn.
Yeah, based off Manny Pacquiao. You basing it on that. I'm not doing it like that.
On that. I'm basing it on because I thought Algieri was a better win than Horn, just basically. But Kell Brook is a better win than
Joey Spencer.
Of course. And that's the only
Peterson. Lamont Peterson is a better win than Jeff Horn. Dog, it's plenty of fighters that Earl Spence Jr. has for. Man,
who would you pick over? Hold up, Tom. I like that.
Fucking hand. Lamont Peterson is a multiple division world champion.
It's cool. Now,
if you fucking debate that.
Nah, all right, cool. Let me YDSKAB. Let me YDKSAB you.
Why you questioning? Why you
eating one fucking round?
Hold on, you gotta repeat yourself. You gotta repeat it.
If you good, you don't get shut out.
Hold on, you gotta repeat what you just said because we lost you in the emotional part.
One round. You know, that's that.
So hold on. So what I'm saying is, do you think? Now listen to this real clear. Rob, Matt, Doomsday, Nestor Gibbs. Do you think Earl Spence, right? His wins, you think Terence Crawford can't do the exact same shit?
To who though?
On all those opponents, Peterson. Who would you pick? Who are you picking, Peterson or Terence Crawford?
I don't think he breaks.
That Kell Brook.
Who are you picking, Kell Brook or Terence Crawford if they were to fight?
That Kell Brook, that Errol Spence fought. I gotta watch that fight. You crazy as hell. I can't pick it.
Who would you pick, Terence Crawford or Kell Brook to win?
I just told you. Because Terence Crawford don't got no 147-pound resume, there's no way I could go and say he would have beat that version of Kell Brook. That version of Kell Brook was big as hell and was dominating. Man, get out of here. He beat Sean Porter. Win.
You used one word, big as hell. Jeff Horn was big as hell. And he was aggressive.
Kell Brook was talented. Jeff Horn had no skill, no resume. Beat it.
Yo, Terence Crawford has skill, talent, angles, and suave. Every angle. Left, I switch from the left, switch to the right.
On your volume, on your mic, man.
So they want to hear me out here. They want this to sound like a nightclub.
Thanks for picking apart resumes. Kell Brook's best win is a ugly, arguable decision win over Sean Porter.
Arguable decision. Yo, this guy's a casual fan. Casual fan. No one in the only people that argued was fucking Porter and
Rob. Why are you not defending my man Brook?
Because Ness is doing it. Ness has got it.
Ness has got it. We gotta hear that accent defending the fucking nation, bro. That's crazy. Yo, come on, man.
Yo, I think Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. My final thoughts on that is Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, or even Plainfield. I don't think you could say based off a track record that one could beat the other. You know what I'm saying?
Fickle. There's gonna be a bunch of welterweights in the pickle once my man One Time comes back to reclaim his status.
I just hope One Time don't come back Tyson Fury.
Fickle ass boxing fans. All of a sudden, it was Earl, Thurman. Now, no, it's Crawford now.
It's always been Crawford for me. Let's be real.
I mean,
at 147.
Why you always lying?
So you're saying Errol Spence ain't the truth?
saying Earl's the truth. I'm saying Earl's the truth.
He's saying he's picking Earl over Terence Crawford. I'm saying
when your fucking promoters already talking about Jose Benner never done shit as Diaz next.
Adidas.
I don't want to hear that shit.
Nah, I don't want to hear that shit.
Jose Benavidez, I got screws in my leg. I'm supposed to somehow be the Amsterdam.
Nah, but see, but that's all like, all right. So I had a plumber come to my house and I was like, yo, I think this is the problem. He's like, you know, he went through the whole shit, did his plumber shit.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Exactly. He's like, that ain't the problem, but I'm here to make money. So if you want me to do that, I'll do that. And that's exactly what Terence Crawford doing. He's sitting back like, all right, they not the problem. I'm here to make the bag. Then let's go get the bag. Jose Benavidez.
That ain't no bag, bruh. That ain't no bag.
He got, how much he got? Like $3 million last night?
Who? Benavidez?
No, Crawford.
Oh, ask Matt.
Yeah. Ask Matt. Now Matt Stats got to dig in his crate. Go ahead, Matt. DJ Matt, dig in the crate. Play that song.
He got $3 million.
$3 million. Thank you.
Crawford
against Jeff Horn. $3 million.
Crawford got $3 million,
which means he made 1.5 million. He went home with 1.5.
Per ESPN itself, Terence Crawford got $3 million, and
that ain't even talking about the back office money.
Dog, how you get $3 million as a how you get $3 million as a challenger? And we did shows on Jeff Horn saying that he was only getting $1 million.
Doggy, my man got $3 million. Nebraska, Omaha.
Omaha.
We train in Colorado to focus because we getting that bag. I'm just saying though, I like both Earl Spence and Terence Crawford.
You know what fight's gonna garner that fight that happens between Crawford and DSG. That's gonna be a fight that's gonna be real heated.
DSG.
Yeah, he daydreaming, and I'm thinking of you. Daydreaming, and I'm thinking.
What happened?
What are you talking about?
I mean, that's
he's hypothetical. That's good. Go ahead, Doom.
That's hypothetical right there.
What Garcia?
DSG, man.
Danny Swift Garcia. I know you went off the hype train years ago, Ness, but that's his acronym.
Yo, word is born. Stop fucking playing with DSG.
Yo, you didn't even know who that
was. For all you new Danny Swift Garcia fans, that's actually Danny Swift song right there. You know what I'm saying?
You know, people probably do not know that is.
I know. They don't even know that Lamo is also his song.
Damn.
Lamo's so good.
Yeah.
They got to be born in 96 to not know that.
I'll put it this way, before we jump to any of the callers, no matter what side you're on the welterweight division, it's hot right now. Like, the division is amazing.
Stop lying with that.
It's dangerous.
No matter what side you're on, if you're on the Crawford side, it ain't hot.
It's definitely hot.
No, I know what Nestor means by it ain't hot if you're on the Crawford side.
He's hating. You know what? It ain't hot.
It ain't hot.
There ain't no options.
It ain't motherfucking DMX over there, B. It ain't hell is hot, all right? You know what I'm saying? David Benavidez ain't hell. He ain't
Jose Benavidez.
It's Jose.
Come on, guys.
Whoever. The other brother, like Crawford called him, the other brother. That's why they better not fight him, because they called him the other brother.
I know he did. I think that was a startup to the fucking fight.
Yo, that Benavidez was on. He wasn't even on TV last night.
Hold up.
None of it was on TV.
And it's the act. That's crazy.
What about so that was the one that was like, yo, let's go outside, right? When Terence Crawford had a little beef?
Yeah, because they told him, like, brother, only way you fight Crawford is if you make him fight you.
No, only way you fight Crawford is we go outside. We ain't fighting in the ring.
Never been a lame-o. You know what I'm saying? Only lame-o's trying to fight in the street when we fucking getting $3 million to fight. You know what I'm saying? And Crawford was still about to put it on his ass, like, get over here. Let's go outside then. Come on. Let's go outside. Come on. Let's go outside.
Yo, he hit him with the Mortal Kombat.
He ain't want none of that sauce, so I ain't trying to see this shit.
Yeah, I hope this get reach Bob Arum ears. Bob Arum need to know this. This is who we talking to.
Come on, Bobby.
Don't make me mad. He know I call him quickly.
If anyone,
Tax Phantom League. Let's add a little clip and put it out there.
If anyone reached Bob Arum's ears, it was you, Casual. Shit, turn it down just a little bit.
Know, just a little bit with the fucking. He got the extra on the mic. Like,
damn, man. This is sponsored by El Camino.
Damn.
I mean,
El Camino electrify my mic. Damn.
Buy the lotion.
Yo, how much? Damn, yo, how much should Bob? Oh my God, I'm watching a chicken commercial. I've been eating clean for a little bit now. I want some of this chicken.
Don't do it, Ness.
Nah. Yo, how much should Bob pay Broner
a lot
to lose to Crawford?
At least $3 million.
Damn, why you use the word lose?
What? Oh, so you think Broner win? So you think Broner win?
Come on, fam.
So why even match make?
Delete it.
Oh,
because AB is a name, man. AB.
It's the same thing with Mikey Garcia. We knew Mikey was going to beat Broner, but it was good to have.
No, we didn't. No, we did not.
You didn't.
No, we did not.
Look at the casual. No, we did not.
No, we did not.
I was not in that car. I was a Broner fan because I'm a casual. All the casuals know Broner.
Yo, I had a conversation with somebody today,
and they talked about Broner.
They was like, yo, you know who I wish had technique?
Broner.
Adrian Broner. He got the mouthpiece, but come on, man, he representing for the hood, and he ain't step up. Work on the technique, Broner. You know what I'm saying? And this is like a well-respectable dude. I ain't gonna mention his name. You know what I'm saying?
Broner reaches that demographic that Matt speaks of, and that we don't necessarily reach. Like, what's that rap group from Philly? Is like PMF something?
Never heard of him.
They signed a Wiz Khalifa.
PMF something.
I don't know, Ness. I'm sorry.
Came up from nothing, nigga. You can't tell me shit. Did it?
Fuck. It's PN. No, what?
Never heard of that.
I forget. But anyways, digress. I know you're talking about.
WTF.
Every day we lit.
Every day we lit.
Yeah, I know this song.
The Smurders.
So on that song, the dude said my VVS is hit like Broner. So like Broner's transcending, but his skills never did. Like, at least Kevin Cunningham and the draw have given them this. Like, we can still talk about the possibility because it was a draw. Like, we don't really know. He didn't really lose.
We haven't mentioned that Crawford was with Rick Ross and Black Panther / Chadwick Boseman last night.
I did.
I mean, it's on the poster.
Doomsday mentioned it very horribly. He was with Black Panther. Didn't really say the actors.
I mean,
he ain't gonna like that when he see you on the streets.
I purposely, use that photo because I think that says something about Terence
Crawford.
Wakanda all day, baby.
Well, that's the ESPN machine. We always talk about having a machine behind you. The top rank in ESPN machine is a big one.
No, and you're right, bro. You know what else? I'm out here and I'm doing my fucking chores. I'm hitting all the supermarkets on my Apple Watch. I get hit with the ESPN bloop, and it gets me a little message. Terence Crawford, yada, yada, yada.
It does.
It's like, oh, shit, because ESPN is, it's last time I checked, it's probably better ranking now because obviously it's 10 years later. But when I checked, they were number 35, bro. There's a billion websites. They're number 35. So that means they reach a lot of people.
It's the #1 sports website in the United States.
What I don't understand is, and this comes from a clear, like, all sort of standpoint, right? Like, we seen Al Heyman take all this money and all these quote unquote good fighters to ESPN and not be able to do what Bob Arum is doing. Like,
well, it's a different era right now. It's the streaming.
It's only a year later. It's not really a different era.
Not era, but different approach. When Al Heyman stepped in, there was no streaming. You know what I'm saying? It was just ESPN on television.
Yeah, but streaming. Bob did it on television. He got Loma to do good numbers on television.
Okay.
I think people are streaming more. Period.
Yeah, Pacquiao Horn on ESPN. He didn't need pay-per-view for that.
I think Heyman wanted something other than ESPN because ESPN, their numbers were never good, like for PBC fights. Like Keith Thurman never did over 1 million viewers.
Yeah, but don't say it that way. Like, for PBC fights, I'm saying it like this.
That's what I'm talking about for Al Heyman. Like,
no, but they gave us that was free though. So all the hardcores automatically spill in, like the hardcores automatically will spill into the Plus app.
think you misunderstood what I said. I said Al Heyman was looking for a bigger deal. He was looking for a Fox deal. He was looking for a CBS deal. He was looking for an NBC deal. He thought
he ended up getting a fucking exclusive Showtime deal, which didn't work for us.
That's what happened. He thought ESPN was too small. That's what it seemed like because their viewership was too small.
They didn't want to pony up enough money because I'm just saying to myself, how the fuck is Bob getting ESPN to give them $4 million? $4 million to put it on
the app? It's the app. They made that $4 million quick. I joined, and I'm thinking about staying.
All right, but now multiply your 5 times how many fucking people to make that meal.
Let's just times it times 335 people watching right now. What does that equal?
I don't know. What the fuck? Like you and fucking Rob, like y'all say shit. All right, if you're gonna use the 335, you should have multiplied it on your phone.
I'm about to. I'm just putting that in your ear.
Nah, let's use the 335. What is it, Rob?
I did not know the math.
What's the math, Rob?
I want to just say
you Rob
acting. He does his
calculators
into the camera. Like, what is it then?
What?
It's $1,600.
Exactly nothing.
All right, so but
no, you got to do that.
You do $1 million divided by 5. It's not that hard, gentlemen.
No, but what he needed to do anyway is do times 12 first because you want these. This is a monthly subscription, right? Isn't it $5 a month?
Yep. So there goes that's $1,600.
Each person is worth what annually? Then do that.
That's $20,000.
But that's only for 343 or whatever. Yeah. That was. Anyway, let's get back to the calls. Marcus, DC.
Yo, what's good, Boxing Voice, man? Good weekend of boxing, man. Real quick before I forget, because I came in on it. Yo, most of the ESPN content, if you looked on the ESPN Plus, have been on the ESPN app. So if they make 1 penny on it, they get 1 penny more than they had ever gotten anyway. So that's basically what the ESPN app. Number 2, Al treated PBC on ESPN like ESPN Friday Night Fights, which was there was a bunch of people that he had signed that he didn't know where he was going to plug them in on the big networks. He plugged them in on ESPN. Bob took his best fighters and put them on ESPN, and ESPN back behind that play that he did. Most of the fighters that fought on PBC, ESPN, you don't even know who the fuck they are. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. So that was the difference. He was looking for a low-end, mainstream television time to put all the other fighters who he convinced to sign that he know ain't really going nowhere. So that was one of the main mishaps. As far as the Trout fight, look, Trout is a KG veteran. You know what I'm saying? Charlo was throwing everything hard, everything same speed. It's not hard to you know what I'm saying, get on somebody back like that. As far as Terence Crawford, same premise as it was with Lomachenko and Lainez. You like, yes, Terence looked great, but who the fuck is Jeff Horn? You know what I'm saying? Yes! Matt gets to see an elite fighter. An elite fighter gets in front of somebody and he destroys them, no matter whether they're good, bad, or indifferent. There's a difference between elite. Matt had made a statement once before that if you're top of the division, you're elite. Well, Jeff Horn was a champion. Clearly, he's not an elite fighter. Terence Crawford is an elite fighter. Yes! For the mythical pound-for-pound conversation that we were having there, although it is very subjective, I think most people can agree on one premise, that if a fighter's fighting style does not really have to change and they bring whatever elements they bring to the next weight in the weight before, then we consider that person a pound-for-pound fighter, meaning that their skills transcend weight divisions. So it's one of the reasons why we have a problem with Gennadian pound-for-pound is that for the most part, we've only seen him at 160. So that would be most people's argument is that we can't really determine his pound-for-pound status because he hasn't shown that his fighting style will transcend going up in weight. Even I'm a Gennady fan, I can say that. What was the other part? Didn't pick Mo Hooker, but this is the thing that I thought about. Watching the Tyson Fury fight, Tyson Fury is very entertaining, better entertainer than he is a boxer. Why no one would take Hurd up on that deal and go over, because most of English boxers, let's just be honest, they're lovable losers for the most part. And the other part is they will adopt other fighters like they did with Lennox Lewis. Somebody who is of a real skill set, a real determined fighter, can go over there and fill those stadiums where they just show up to show up. Most of our fighters here, like you were saying with Gary Russell earlier, you have to maneuver where you put Gary Russell. Even though he's an outstanding talent, you got to maneuver what fight you put him in because he does not have a traveling fan base.
You go over to England, you beat the
Marcus.
He was going in.
Well, that's why he won an award, but
word up.
You got to start summarizing, but that was still a great point.
That's pretty good.
We're going to 623-328. 623-328. First time caller. Who's this?
Yes, sir. This hey, what's going on with it?
What's going on, brother? I'm gonna go ahead and play this first time caller intro. You let the world know your name and where you're calling from.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Hey, my name D. You can call me you can call me D, and I'm from Phoenix, Arizona.
All right, D, take it away, brother.
Yo, it's a few things, man, that I wanted to speak on, man. It's a few things that I wanted to speak on. First and foremost, shout out to Nash, man. I like you. You cool to the mug, bro. The first thing is the Charlo and Trout fight, man.
I caught feelings, but go ahead, keep going.
Oh, go ahead. Well, yeah, I think it was a phenomenal showing from the Charlo brother.
I said I caught feelings, but go ahead, keep going.
What's up?
I said I caught feelings, but keep going. I caught feelings. Enrique Church caught feelings. You tell them that's cool, but what about me?
Don't nobody know you.
I ain't cool.
Show. You ain't on the
Come
show.
on, I ain't Gary Russell. I'm Leo Santa Cruz. I throw 1,000 punches, man. Come on, man.
Man, look, bro, you gonna interrupt my time, man, with all that.
You good. You talking to me. You get more time. But go ahead before we cut your time short.
Look, man, hey. Yo, anyway, yeah, Charlo, I really, well, I liked it as showing. I wish I would have seen a little more versatility with the jab. I wish I would have seen a little more, because I felt like he was doing a lot of rushing, like a lot of street fighting. And I mean, in the streets, it would have, you know what I mean? It would have been cool. But I just thought he was ahead of that level. And that fight really didn't do it for me. What else? Shakur Stevenson, I thought it was a hell of a showing for him that night. It was a great fight. I just wanted to bring him up because I feel like a lot of people don't know too much about him and nobody really talking about him, but it was a great showing for him. My boy Terence Crawford, hey, T-Bud, yeah, he did his thing last night, and it was a great showing. I had a lot of people for my job and stuff like that really was voting and going for her. What was his name? What's old dude? Horn.
Jeff Horn.
And
yo, wait a minute.
Where
Where you work at? That you got a lot of people in your job rooting for Jeff
bro,
Australian
I'm in EMS.
Horn.
I work at EMS, bro. I'm an EMT. So I'm on the ambulances. So you could imagine it's I ain't gonna get on.
I get it. They fell in love with that Manny Pacquiao win. That's what it was.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of. I mean, I ain't gonna go with the race thing or nothing like that, bro. But it's a lot of people that want to see their people win, and I understand it. It's a lot of Europeans that work at my job as well. So it was right for him. You know what I mean? They wanted to see him win, but my boy T Bud shut all that down. I'm a huge Terence Crawford fan. A huge Terence Crawford fan because that man he from the gutter, but he's a humble beast, bro, and he's a great. He just showed so much, not only athleticism but as well skill. That man got a mind on his head. I feel like if it was anybody else, they would have gotten a little shaken up with how that dude fights, how Horn fights, but he held his composure and did his thing, and it was a great showing from my man. So
early hypothetical: Earl Spence versus Terence Crawford. Who you got? Early hypothetical.
Yeah, just Phoenix. Thanks for calling in, brother. You are punching after the bell. I wanted to give you a few seconds after the bell due to Enrique continuously cutting your call off, but don't sweat it. That's how he is.
I was hoping
that's why you also don't know him because he's not here often, right? Enrique.
Yo.
Toasty.
You know, like I know, you should lie low. Killer, I used to get it in Ohio.
Yeah, fellas. I know I'm kind of late, man, but yo, I sat and watched all the fights last night, so I gotta talk to y'all about them shits. I gotta talk to y'all. Charlo versus Trout, real quick. I think last night kind of made it a clear distinction between the two twins. As far as skill level, I think the one that's at 160 is a little bit more refined, and I do think the younger one tonight or last night was trying to sit down his punches way too much, trying to go for the knockout, trying to do what his other brother didn't do. I think that kind of played into it too. But I just think he kind of that made him look a little sloppy a little bit, trying to sit down on his punches way too much. I still got him over Hurd when they do fight. On to the Leo Santa Cruz and Mares. Man, Mares, he's just, I don't know, man. He's kind of disappointing to me, man. I just never really been big on that guy. And I think I missed some shit earlier, but Gary Russell definitely beats Leo Santa Cruz without a doubt, easy. Well, I ain't gonna say easy. Matter of fact, Jojo Diaz beats Leo Santa Cruz.
Come on. I was with you with Gary Russell, but not Jojo. Come on.
Jojo beats him in split decision. Jojo beats him, but I just think that Leo Santa Cruz, he throws a lot of punches, but he doesn't set nothing up. So if you got a skilled fighter in there that can really counter, which JoJo loves to do, you can really punch it between his punches and catch him coming in. What else? I feel like leaving something. Oh yeah, of course. Bud, man, Bud, of course, looked great. That's nothing new. But as I said on Thursday, man, if he stopped, what's his name? If he stopped Horn, then that would make people respect him more at welterweight because he has enough pop to keep you up off of him. Now, I do think he punched harder than Danny and Sean, but I don't think he punches as hard as maybe Keith or Errol. So even though he did stop Jeff, but I think we got to keep everything in its proper perspective that he's good, but I mean, as far as power, I don't think he got set that with that one punch knockout power that make people really fear pressing him off top. So right now between him and Keith, I mean, we can't really consider Keith because we can't even consider him an active fighter to be honest. But I guess between him and Errol right now, that's Errol's my dude. I still say that's a 55-45 fight right now. I just don't think Terence is going to be able to take that pressure from a bigger guy like that. But we'll see. But that's my call.
Thank you, J-Will. Always a great call.
As always, we're going out to the super chat self-proclaimed.
Oh, that's right.
Self-proclaimed super chat king, Paulie B in Pontiac, Michigan. What's up, brother?
Or B Paulie.
You know what time it is. What up, though, man? What's up, Ness, man? Undisputed super champ, man. Super.
Any of you radio personalities.
Hey, listen, this to that other caller, the one who called before Jay Will. And I think it's funny, y'all always pick me up right after Jay Will. That's crazy. But the caller who called before Jay Will, he was kind of wishy-washy on the race issue. And you ain't got to be scared, brother. If you're going for a black fighter, just go for a black fighter. There's nothing wrong with it as long as he's not a bum. There's nothing wrong with white people going for white fighters. There's nothing wrong with that as long as they're not a bum. But anyway, on to this whole ESPN Plus thing. You know what? I'm starting to think like we on the cusp of technology in the sense to where, these apps and streaming and stuff. I don't know, man. I kind of don't know where they can go with it. It's a lot of variables with licenses, stuff like that. So I would like to see a Netflix style boxing, you know what I mean, app, but I don't know how that would work with the licenses and all that. I don't know. But it was cool. The ESPN Plus was decent quality, but I don't know, man. I just kind of want to see where they're going to go with this, with the whole streaming thing. And honestly, what y'all think about this? Honestly, I think it sounds weird, but I think boxing needs to get more into the celebrity stuff, like the KSI versus Logan Paul fight, like Top Rank or some. They should tie that in with boxing for a couple different reasons. One, because all the youth, the kids love these YouTubers, man. So I think boxing and the social media thing, these YouTubers need to connect some type of way so they be able to bring more of the youth in. What y'all think about that though? Like the whole celebrity thing, them tying in with real boxing.
I definitely agree. I definitely agree. A guy like Bob Arum is probably better suited to, you know, properly turn a Paul Logan KSI pay-per-view into an even bigger event. Now KSI, whatever that first dude he fought, that was huge.
How many millions did that do? Like off of the first day?
It was 20 million off the first day. Now the one with Paul Logan or Logan Paul, that shit is gonna be crazy. I'm watching that. And the first
I'm watching it too. That's what I'm saying.
The first one drew me in. Like I never heard of KSI and I never heard of the other dude until that fight happened. I watched the fight, then I went back and watched all they pre-fight hype, and I end up liking KSI. Then we end up being in Vegas right when he was training. He was training Badu Jack, and we had a session with Badu Jack, so it was even better. You know what I'm saying? And we met some people in his team, but that shit never led to him being on the show or nothing. But I'm definitely with you on that, man. They need to jump on that, and they need to do more YouTube events. Period.
And let me ask you this.
I think so too, man. Shout out to TBV. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you used the app. So what was your experience personally with the app? Did you get any like buffering or anything like that on the streaming?
You know what? I'm gonna tell you this real quick because I know it's after the bell. When I went to look for the app in the Play Store, man, I was searching for Google for ESPN Plus, and it was actually kind of hard to find because it wasn't a separate app. So they didn't make it real easy. And I'm not a stranger to tech, so I know what's up, but they didn't make it real easy. They really didn't. They made it kind of tough for you to get to the point to where you sign up. So they'll work on it though. We at the beginning of this stage. Hopefully it comes through and it's pretty good. But I don't mind paying for it if they got good fights. But that's my call. TBV is TBE. Y'all my dudes. Shout out to Matt, Ness, Cash. You my homie, man. Cash, Rob, and Doomsday. Peace out, bro.
All right. Thank you, brother. Yo, Alex, you know, one of the things that made it hard for me, you get the app, but the app is inside the app. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Plus is inside ESPN app. So that was kind of tricky for me.
So there you go, ESPN, straight from the voice of the people. Get that.
I don't know why you keep saying that. Like, I did not have to go through that. I went to my Apple App Store. I put in ESPN.
Okay.
Multiple ESPN apps came up. The one that said ESPN Plus is the one I downloaded.
Me too. And then where did you go find the Crawford fight?
It was on the ESPN app.
Soon as you click that ESPN app that you downloaded,
the Plus.
It was the first. It was the first player. Like
mine wasn't like that.
Enrique's point is that the idea, before this thing was launched, we thought it was going to be a $5 completely separate app of ESPN Plus. So people were initially looking for just ESPN Plus,
right? And it's a different color. It's like gold.
It's just a different layer of a person having to go through a process to find the thing. It's not that much of a thing, but for somebody that's a little bit older, it might be hard.
It is a separate app, Matt. It's different from Watch ESPN.
Oh, okay. No.
Well, mine is not Watch
ESPN's what you do to watch live, like actual ESPN channels, but ESPN, like the website, that's through their main app. There's not an ESPN Plus app.
Yes,
that's the point.
You have to go ESPN app.
When I went to the Apple Store, I got the ESPN with the plus sign.
So did I.
But it's still an ESPN app. There's no separate ESPN Plus app.
Exactly. So you get the plus sign and you get an ESPN. The plus sign is with the gold, right, Matt?
Yes.
Am I correct? All right, cool. So you're looking for the gold on your phone, right? So now you see ESPN, you're like, all right, well, this is it, I guess. You go in there, there's no gold. You have to go into watch. When you go into watch, there are movies or sports you can watch at no charge, and then there are ESPN Plus that you subscribe to and you pay for, like the Terence Crawford, like all the Muhammad Ali fights and other ESPN events.
That's so different from what I got. Like when I signed up, right?
Because you're a genius. You know exactly where to go and how to do things. I don't.
Get him, Enrique. Get him. Well, the flower print tank top is ready to go, man.
Let me get a better look at this tank top. I usually try to give you the best feedback I can.
So when I downloaded the
Hawaii,
Plus. I put in the login.
Yes.
And right away it says pick your favorites. Did you go through that, Matt? Or you already had?
Well, I watched it through my computer, so I had a very different experience than the people trying to do it through their app, through smart TVs. I watch it through ESPN.com.
You always do it the best way, man.
It's just, to me, it's easier. I hate dealing with apps.
Yeah, so on mine, it was like, oh, download. So then it was like, oh, choose your favorite. So I just chose boxing, but it had like football, hockey, all that shit. So you just highlight it, it turns blue, and then it opens up, and it's like a player right there. It had like Tim Bradley talking, and I just clicked it.
I didn't find it too difficult. I know that when I downloaded the app on my phone from the App Store, the ESPN regular app came out, and then I clicked on that, and then it was featured. You know, the fight was featured on their ESPN Plus option, so it was just like right there once you got into the other app. So
yeah, my whole thing was looking for that gold color. That was the problem. That new, when you go into the app store,
maybe you had your cookies off. You know what I'm saying?
Possibly.
It was cool on the browser because if you had an ESPN Plus subscription, the second you went on the website, just ESPN.com, the Crawford fight was airing live for you. Like it just started up, like it was featured, it was highlighted for you.
I did it the day during the day before the fight, like 12 in the afternoon.
But more to B. Paulie's point about streaming, yeah, I think we're going to see a lot more of like DAZN, ESPN Plus, Showtime anytime. They need to step up their game for sure, because the fact that you cannot watch the Charlo fight right now on Showtime anytime is ridiculous. That's
and struggle boxing and OTKP gold. If you show me gold in your brand, yes, that's called branding. Just like the boxing voice, the white and the red, that's branding, bro. You look for that. You don't know it because you do it subconsciously.
Yeah, but why are you looking for gold with ESPN?
Because it had a gold and it was plus and it was ESPN. So I'm like, oh shit, this is the Plus app, white and gold plus. That's why. Sorry. I didn't mean to.
But you're bringing up branding. ESPN branding is.
Somebody was like, "Yo, he looking for colors. I got to defend myself." Okay, they branding the plus with gold.
They're rebranding. Because
rebranding, yeah.
Branded color, you'd be looking for.
Not really
red.
Well, there was gold in it. I was looking for that.
Ohio runs boxing. Talk to me.
What's up, man?
What up?
Ness.
Yo.
Ness.
Yo.
What's going on, man? What's up with the Kell Brook, man? First you were saying Sean Porter, he lost to him in the clinch decision.
He did.
And now it's like you're trying to justify Brook for Earl Spence on his resume, man. I'm confused.
So wait a minute. Hold on. So wait a minute. Are you trying to say that Sean won that fight?
No.
Are you trying to say? Are you trying to say that I was upset that Sean didn't win that fight? Because the only thing I was upset about was Kell Brook's excessive holding.
Yes. Oh, that's true. You was upset with the
I never once said that the win was.
Who else have Kell Brook beat? Who else have Kell Brook beat?
Sinchenko. I don't know. I got to look up his resume.
Arson Jones, Kevin Bizier, Jojo Dan. Get hyped, guys.
Hector Saldivia.
Sergey Rabchenko.
Kevin.
After Kell Brook beat Sean, he held the belt for Hodges for a minute. He held the belt for Hodges, and we talked about it. He held the
he's
belt
the first one to
Hodges
uppercut Triple G.
No, Willie Monroe was. Stop lying.
Goodness.
You're serious?
And so did
Willie
Monroe Jr. So was Willie Monroe Jr.
No, that's flipping today, man. Okay.
The pocket. And, I mean, come on, man. Brook is good, but
Ohio runs boxing. Your time's up. No, I'm joking.
Damn.
That was a joke.
Emotional. Why you emotional?
Listen, give him his props, man. Give Crawford his props. When he was, everybody was criticizing him, talking about he's fighting smaller guys. He beat Victor Postal, who's bigger. Thomas Delorme.
he was bigger, and then he moved up.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Supposed to be the bigger guy. Who's supposed to be the bigger guy?
Yo, you talking about what Kell Brook did? You talking about what Kell Brook did after he beat Sean fucking Porter? What the hell has Victor Postal done?
That's the point. Everybody was gonna discredit Victor Postal when he was as number 2 in the division. What the
hell has Jeff Horn done?
What has Rigondeaux done since losing to Loma? What has Nicholas Walters done since losing to Loma? Does that discredit those wins? No.
Those guys are not even fighting. They're retired.
It's just funny to me. Terence everybody try to discredit Terence. When he fought Gamboa, it was a 50-50 fight. And as soon as he wins, he was the bigger guy.
He was the bigger guy. He was bringing Gamboa up from featherweight. Get your ass out of here.
Stop it. Hey, but his skills show it wasn't even
so Gamboa's best days wasn't at 26.
Come on, man. You seen the fight.
Doggy, Gamboa almost lost to Dalis Perez, bro.
Come on, bro.
Stop it.
Stop it, man.
Stop ever, bro.
Stop it. But
your boy Gamboa ducked Brandon Rios. He ducked Brandon Rios. You know what I'm saying?
Mikey Garcia.
He arguably lost to Dalis Perez.
Mikey Garcia ducked Gamboa.
He got dropped. Yo, didn't he get dropped by Freitas? Didn't he get dropped by Freitas on a top ranked card? Oh man. Oh man.
You trying stop
Yo,
it, bro.
Stop it.
Mikey ducked Gamboa, and that's why Terence got his shot. Stop it, bro.
Mikey, what?
HBO when he was
Mikey, what?
Yes. HBO, Mike, you don't remember that?
10 seconds.
He was trying to fight a nobody. I forgot who it was. You look it up. He was trying to fight a nobody, and HBO was not having
it. He was trying to get out that top-ranked contract.
Where you at?
He was trying to get out that top-ranked contract. Get your casual ass out of here. No, he was trying to get out that contract. He was trying to get out. You gonna tell me a dude that beat up Zlatan Cannon, fighting Robert Easter, beat up Broner, is fucking scared? Man, you bugging. You bugging.
No, I didn't say that. I just said at the beginning, he did duck him at the beginning. Yes, he did. Now he's got confidence. Mikey came back, and now he has confidence.
If ducking means beating way better opposition, way bigger opposition, yeah, that's what Mikey did then.
Okay, but yeah, he was gone for 2 years because of the contract.
Oh man, I'm out. The bell rung. You out of here. I can't be giving you guys extra time. Of course he was out because of the contract. Everybody know he ain't want to be fucking with Bob. And as soon as he got rid of Bob, look at him doing superhuman shit, jumping up and down weight classes, smacking people around. He beat the promoter. He about to go beat the star fighter. Talk greasy.
Yeah, trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers.
Huh? Gary in Dallas.
You want TPZ?
Gary, you got WordPress skills?
Yeah, I got WordPress skills. All right. I'll take my Crow. I'll take a double serving. I took Mares.
We got Crow shepherd pie over here.
I'll take it. Real quickly, you guys are complaining about the ESPN. You make it 2 times because I got to get 2 servings. And you guys are complaining a lot. $5 for an app. Right? They could have put that Crawford fight on pay-per-view, and it would have cost $70. And everyone's complaining that it cost $5, and they couldn't find the app. I need to get something better.
Who the fuck was gonna pay $70 for Jeff Horn versus Crawford? You need to stop right now. Right now.
Also, hold on, Gary. Gary, hold on. I don't think anyone's complaining. Complaining about being able to find it. I think we're just pointing out that there are some issues with it.
We could tell the flaws.
And they should correct them and make it better, of course. That's the point of the media and the consumers.
How was your personal experience?
Just making it more obvious, that's all.
Well, I had the app. I got the app before the Inoue fight, so I was familiar with it.
Okay.
But you guys don't complain about anything. The app was too hard to find.
It was different perspective. I mean, you were
Again, I don't think anyone was complaining about it. We were just pointing out flaws in it. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, overall, overall, I had no problem with any buffering whatsoever or anything. So it's all right. So
on to Bud Crawford though. Bud is something special. I mean, he's a great fighter. He's a special fighter. He's going to be the fighter of the generation. I'm with Matt, and I thought he could clean out 147, and I think yesterday kind of confirmed that he's still strong and still powerful for the division. I love Spence, but I can't find the flaw with Crawford. I can't find anything wrong with him. I mean, do you guys see any way in which? I mean, how do you beat that guy?
The only one that probably has the style to beat a Crawford is a Spence. Like, they are the perfect matchup for each other.
One time.
You're saying that, right?
Yeah.
You say one time's got to fight somebody first. All right, one time get back in the ring before you start having them beat the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world.
Say what?
Hey, next. Who's Thurman fighting next?
Free smoke, hey. Free smoke,
Anybody.
Free smoke.
Medical bills.
Anybody. Nobody, yeah.
Anybody.
He's supposed to have a fight in August, right? Yeah, that's 7 weeks away. He's not fighting in August.
Thurman against the world. Thurman against the world. Sign me up.
Thurman's in Japan, like being a Buddhist, playing the flute.
Head movement! Head movement! Head movement!
Signed up to a Japan gym. You ain't see his IG?
Yo, I mean, come on, man. We know Thurman. He's out there having some good time, and in like a Buddhist temple,
Kobe beef
with the flute, eating like some veggies and shit. Come on, we know.
Yeah, but that means discipline, though.
Nah,
I didn't say it's anything. I'm saying he's a hippie. Like Thurman's hippie. That's
Matt. Just because you was a hipster, don't mean you gotta.
I didn't say he's a hipster. I say he's a hippie. Those are two very different things.
Nah,
you hating, Matt. You hating.
Come on, Thurman.
480.
Call him 480 nose.
689.
Shout out to B. Paulie.
Yeah, we got a couple super chats.
TBB is the best. B. Paulie, I still believe in one time Thurman. We all still believe in.
In real life, said Jamie Munguia is better than Triple G, Charlo, Canelo, and anybody else. Shout out Jamie Munguia.
Oh, God.
Real Naja chick from the UK said hashtag we want Matt.
Maddie.
I'm here, Nigel. Don't worry.
Maddie.
I know Ness is mean. It's okay.
I love Muff Die said, do Wilder's resume? 480-689. First time caller. Who's this?
Sir. This is Ziani, first time caller.
Ziani, where you calling in from?
Phoenix, Arizona, sir.
Phoenix, Arizona.
No need for sirs, my friend, but thanks for calling in. Take it away.
My brother called earlier. D.
I knew it.
602 number. I just want to give a shout out. Get a shout out to Enrique, to Matt the Hipster, Rob in the UK, and Doomy. And you too, Ness. But it's a family thing we got going. So we all big boxing fans. And y'all helping us become hardcores from casual. So I want to say thank you.
Yes! Well, thank you, man. We truly appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, definitely
No
really dope that both of you guys are listening.
Yeah, but just real quick on the fight, Enrique asked a question at the end to my brother about who he would pick between Bud and Earl Spence, and I got to go with Earl Spence. I can answer for my brother. We were talking, and I think he leaning more with Bud, but I just think that that Earl Spence power is a little too much for the little dude Bud Crawford. I know he's super skilled. I know he ambidextrous and he can switch his stance and stuff, but and he's real crafty and he's a ring technician, but. I mean, like Mike Tyson said, everybody got a plan until they get socked in the face. So I just think that that power power from Earl, that Southern home cooking. A little too much for that dude.
Brody, I'm gonna say this.
I was expecting.
Go ahead. I'll finish. I'll let you finish. I gotta say something though, but finish.
No, do your thing, man.
Now I was gonna say, Mike Tyson's plan of hitting somebody in the face and then the other guy's plan just changes. I think that Lennox Lewis kept his plan. I think that Evander Holyfield kept his plan. So I think Terence Crawford has a plan. He pivots, he's ambidextrous, as you said. And yeah, man, he just has a skill above everybody in that division. I think he could take on that whole division. Just not off the horn.
Your Honor.
Not off the horn win.
Yo, Enrique is the hardcore now, man. Like that transition is amazing. Just shout out to you, Enrique.
Not off the horn win, just off of.
Your Honor.
Go ahead. I'll let you speak.
Call you.
No, I'm not saying I want to speak. I'm just saying clearly speculation.
It is speculation.
It all is.
It is speculation, just like the other way around. If I was picking Spence, so my whole point is that you cannot take away Terence Crawford's skill level.
Spence is actually a welterweight champion that defeated another elite welterweight.
And a heavy hitter as well.
Has been defending his welterweight title.
All right, so now
Spence different.
He defended
this boxing
versus a former champion.
Not in the welterweight division.
Versus yes, he was. He had the WBA regular.
Let's stop.
Oh, what you mean? Let's stop. But yet, Daniel Jacobs had a whole show and numerous shows.
Call a respect, guys. Call a respect. Go.
What?
That's all love, man. I enjoy hearing y'all talk. But real quick, I just want to make this point. The thing with Earl Spence is he's not just a brute. Like, I'm a Wilder fan. I know we don't want to bring up Wilder. They get a little too much on the AJ Wilder fight. But unlike Wilder, Spence is not just somebody who just is full of power and like no boxing skill. I think Spence has both. He has the boxing savvy, the body work. He can move around. The little soundbite that you always play, the head movement. He got a good head movement. Like, he's a savvy boxer, but with that crazy power. So I don't think you can just lump him up with just your, average, typical, powerful puncher. He's a puncher and he's a boxer. So I just think the combination is a little too much, and we'll see though.
Ziani, right? We got that right?
How do you spell that very, very quickly?
Yeah, I usually it's Zohnny. I usually in the super chat and stuff, and like I left a 5-star review, Z33N1C3Y or whatever it is.
Nice.
I don't know how to change that, or I would have, but
nah, it's all good, brother. Thank you for the 5-star review.
Just call me Z, bro. Just call me Z.
Z from Phoenix. Thanks for calling in. Shout out to Phoenix coming through heavy on the check-in and been rocking with us for some time now. Enrique, Enrique's been digging deep into the stats. 310, 430.
Whoa. JP in Long Beach, he needs that intro. Come on.
Yeah. Well, if we had a producer, they'd be like,
dumped on literally.
Long Beach in the house. Yeah.
JP in Long Beach, what up?
Yeah, I like it like this when Enrique's in this form right here. This is when I like it most. But
we like it most when you don't use speaker.
Oh.
I'm no good right now.
Just get through it. You're the last caller, JP. We're good. Just get through it, man.
JP, what's up? Let's go.
Yeah, man. Let's go. Yeah. I
just wasted 30 seconds.
I called in and talked a lot of shit, talking about, this would be Lomachenko versus Salido, or maybe Luis Castillo, romanticizing all these storylines and parallels that basically said Crawford would go in here and face a tough guy who we all thought he would blow out, and it'll end up being a tough fight. I couldn't be more wrong. And then I had to reevaluate my assessment of Crawford. It's like, how good is Crawford? And, and like, we're all prisoners of the moment, so let's embrace being a prisoner of the moment. I felt like Crawford can beat them all at 147. You know, I feel like Crawford that is welcomes getting taking a punch to get his off. He kind of comes in with his head down and kind of bobs and weaves his way in. And Crawford just so fucking sharp, man. Like sharp. And I didn't think he would be, that, able to discourage Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn had nothing. He took everything away from Jeff Horn within 4 rounds. I was overly impressed. Jermell Charlo, I think that he could improve on his variety, his variation of how he's coming in on his attack against a savvy veteran like Austin Trout to differ up your attack. And they're very fundamental, those Charlos. You might think they're not fundamental because of their hair and their attitude, but these just 2 very fundamental dudes who work behind a jab. And he did it all night.
Hair?
Now, the key is you got to evade that.
Yeah, that's racial profiling, bro. And I know you black, but that's racial profiling, bro.
That's the beauty of being black. You get to do that kind of shit. That's black privilege right there. But yeah.
That's racist.
Same double jab all night. Now you got to figure out is the right hand coming overhand or underhand like he did Lubin. And you've seen Jermell try it different ways, but kudos to fucking Trout, that upper body movement, man. And he's always been great at it. But that's one thing that's going to go unseen over last night. And I was highly impressed with Trout, just able to evade those fucking bombs. Now, yes, they came in the same fashion behind the jab every single time. But just being able to evade it, I think is big. Now, I also think that a guy like Hurd can't take those, man. Hurd's a guy who get hit a lot. And I think if fucking Charlo hits Hurd with that overhand right coming after that jab, Hurd will be hurt. So I like what I seen last night. Thank you guys for letting me get that time.
You better not duck me, son. You better not duck me, son.
The kid
very quickly.
Back.
Just to give a shout out to my boy JP. He started his own podcast called Relatively Black and Fat. Check it out on iTunes.
I'll check it out.
That's pretty funny.
That is. Why you didn't plug that, JP?
Because he's modest. I know JP.
JP, I'm gonna check that. I'm gonna follow.
Word.
Rob.
We should make a Patreon tier for modest folk. That way we could plug their stuff to our audience, Matt.
You mean like us be like a network and we pick up other podcasts?
No.
Yo, what's up with that wave?
Like we have a tier where it's like a guy like a JP will sign up to that tier and then they would get like, he don't have to say anything because we'll be like,
it's like an advertisement tier.
Plug
walk.
Call it the plug walk.
Plug walk. Whatever that say.
It's the motherfucking plug walk.
Let's go out to Scorsese's on.
Whoa! Brace yourself.
Scorsese.
I know he gonna hate on Terrence, but go ahead, Scorsese.
Like opposite JP, I'm not the prisoner of the moment. I'm the guy looking at those first 4 rounds. And in that big ass ring, and Jeff Horn was still able to get up in Terence Crawford shit. I had it like even or maybe 1 round, 2 Horn at the end of 4 rounds. And this is a guy that took 3 times to make weight, bro. It shouldn't be happening to Terence Crawford, bro. Like you just saw Lamont Peterson just get dog walk round by round by round. He didn't win one. He didn't have a thought about winning one. Jeff Horn was in that fight early though, man. So like he has no jab. He's limited. He's the same person over and over again. That don't mean because Crawford looked good versus him after he was gassed and tired. Finally, he started looking good that he gonna whoop somebody ass at welterweight. Man, I'm holding off. I mean, good for him. He won the title. That's good for him. But at the end of the day, I think he got the weakest one out there. Let's be real. That's what Top Rank been doing. They've been making the WBO weak, and they went for it. But he got the title. He moves on. I still think Spence would knock him out. Like literally going to knock him out. Jeff Horn exposed him to me. He exposed
What? He didn't win a round.
Yeah, he won plenty in the first 4. He won.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
He had a good first round. That was it.
And he still lost that round. He didn't win a fucking round, Scorsese. Why you hating, dog? Why you hating? I don't want.
Please tell me how you always leave.
I watched the
Every
fight.
time, man. You don't even love the sport, dog. What do you?
Oh, let him say it. Let him say it. He said, "I watched the fight too."
I watched it with Crawford fans, and they had to fight 2-2 after 4. Okay, so I'm not telling you something like
Everyone in the chat's calling you crazy. Everyone in the chat.
But hey, it is what it is. Like I said, this man has no jab. He's limited. He does the same thing over and over. And he was in a Terence Crawford bought ring. This ring was bigger than the damn Boxing Voice podcast. And Terence Crawford couldn't keep him off of him. And he's holding him 3 times in less than 20 seconds. That's not, bro. That's not found to me.
I definitely hear what you're saying, though, Scorsese. Because if a guy like Horn could get in like that, imagine a guy like Spence getting in like that and putting that hurting on it.
Fucking right, with a jab and that footwork and that patience and that body work coming next. Oh my God, that fight might fuck around and look like Trout versus Charlo. I'm telling you, man. Terence Crawford just being evasive. That's what it might turn out to be, because the dude gonna be too strong. He gonna be too straight with his punches, and his technique gonna be too good. I mean, Jeff Horn got terrible technique. I picked him to beat Pacquiao, but hey, he been struggling at the weight for 2 fights now. He was bound to, gas out. Credit to Crawford. I like what Jermell did. I agree with JP. Trout got some defense. Even on his last legs, that man defense better than most. I know he get knocked down a bit, but his defense still better than a lot of these young cats. That's just crazy.
Scorsese, thanks for calling in.
Have you been smoking something?
Yeah, you know that he's the like.
That's Scorsese. That is Scorsese.
He's always got to be the opposite of whatever the popular opinion is. So I actually look forward to it, like Enrique said, and brace yourself. We did final thoughts. Final thoughts. Crawford looked amazing. He looked strong in terms of physicality. Punches, I'm not sure yet. I felt like Jeff Horn's face was kind of Abner Mares, Leo Santa Cruz like. You know what I mean? So we got to see what Crawford does in terms of power moving forward, in terms of opponent selection, in terms of welterweight champion mentality. Tyson Fury, one down, 2 to go on this bum of the month feast that he's on, whatever you want to call it. Jermell Charlo. I didn't think of this before. Thursday, I definitely told people this fight would be tough. It was. Trout ended the knockout streak. But I didn't think that it was a bad idea. It never crossed my mind the fact that now the public is going to compare one brother to the other. And what Al Heyman and Heyman Boxing thought would be giving Jermell his first former world champion on his resume turned out to be the comparison fight, where our listeners and callers have decided to say now this brother isn't as good as that brother all over again, when he had just erased that stigma a couple of fights ago. Leo Santa Cruz, Abner Mares. Leo moves on. I'd like to see him versus Gary Russell. I think that I've always been a fair guy. Gary deserves his big fight. I know many will say, well, he got the Loma, but that was a purse bid. So that's it. I'm your host, Nestor Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. Peace.
Whoa. I am Enrique Church, a.k.a. The Casual Fan. You can follow me at Fight Talk on Instagram and TBV_Casual Fan on Twitter, as well as YouTube. I also have a Patreon page, patreon.com/Boxing Fan Apparel. My final thoughts, yeah, man, boxing fans always judging a fighter, and Errol Spence is great, but Terence Crawford also great. We like to say the key word, the key phrase, styles make fights. Both these guys have technique. I believe that Errol Spence could be argued that he can beat Terence Crawford, but I also believe that, in that deck of cards, that there are Terence Crawford cards that will beat Errol Spence. I'm hyped. Charlo's They barking. They're lions, but they bark. I love that bark at the end when both twins bark it off. Like, yeah. You know, one speaks for the other and the other speaks for the other.
I think
awesome. Can I finish, bro? Can I finish?
I thought
finish?
you
Hold up. Whoa.
I think you off fucking mic right now.
In your lane.
Where you came from? Stay in your lane. He's deleted. Yo, but you know, follow me on my social media, man. I'm glad this show was great, by the way. And you know, I'm the judge, judging the judge. So let's go to Alex Doomsday, who has a lot to say. But Leo Santa Cruz is great. Abner Mares is great. And Leo Santa Cruz versus Gary Russell Jr. Ooh, good fight.
You sounded like Macho Man Randy Savage. Hey, yo, man, my final thoughts on this. Terence has entered the new division that he's in now, and he's entered it with a lot of noise. A lot of opinions going to be made about the fight, but what's up and what's next for him, I know a lot of people are going to be looking forward to it. And my man Tyson Fury, the Mac is back.
Whack.
Shit was a little too much antics, but fuck it. I'm going to take it just because I know it's Tyson Fury, right? He's the guy who fucking put on the Batman suit. So I'm going to let him be. Charlo brothers, yo, back to you, bro. I like that fucking lion head. That shit was dope. Ness said that it's been done before, but I never seen it. I think that.
But be careful how you say. You know these dudes sensitive, and not done like he ain't do it better. It's just like, yo, Sharif Bogarde did that.
It is what it is. I'm shouting him out on it. That shit was fresh, and all that booing shit. Where the fuck was this fight again? Because I didn't. I don't know what them boos were for, but hey, yo, you did your thing. You can't always get the knockout. And you was up against my boy Trout, which he ain't no slouch. So it was what it was.
And Alex, right, real quick, who was the Anna? I know it was Tim Brad. No, Tim Brad. That was somebody mentioned 3 E's, and it was like economical, efficient, and
effective.
Nah, it was like economical, efficient.
Man, once I call each other after the show, because me and Matt was on the live fight chat, so we didn't get to hear none of the questions you asking.
I don't even know.
Like we didn't hear the telecast because we.
Yeah, but that's just 2, and then there's the people outside watching. So what that got to do with you though?
We were working actually.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, well then 3.
But anyway, sorry. Let me go, Enrique. Let me go.
Eviscerating. Go ahead.
I am Matt, the Hipster Hunter. Find me at Matt Hunter TBV on all platforms. Mixed Combat Radio, my MMA podcast on iTunes, Patreon, YouTube, etc. Final thoughts. Terence Crawford's the man. He may not be the star. He may not be the heir to Mayweather, but he may be the best boxer on the planet right now. And his record may not show that, but I think his body of work, what we see in the ring, he's something special. We are seeing a future Hall of Famer before our eyes in his prime. Get hyped. Enjoy the ride. You may hate it, but this welterweight division's amazing right now. The top of it, stacked full of Hall of Famers. And I know it's hard to think about, but it is. Jermell Charlo, salute to him. I thought he actually did a great. I thought he boxed perfectly well. I thought he won easily. It may not have been the most exciting fight, but he easily won. Shout out to Leo Santa Cruz, another guy that I thought easily won his fight. I think he showed again that he's just better in rematches. He may be the best featherweight in the world, but that Gary Russell Jr. fight looks amazing right now. Shout out to Tyson Fury for being back, and of course the new WBO champion Maurice Hooker, now in the World Boxing Super Series. Salute to all the guys who fought this weekend, putting their lives on the line. Salute to all of you. Peace.
And at UK Rob TBV. I don't know if that's Twitter.
Yeah, that's all platforms, Twitter and Instagram for Robbie Hearns.
And shout out to our theme song of the day.
I have no idea what that song is, Enrique. I just thought that maybe you was just trying to clear your throat or something the whole time. I really didn't understand it.
Well, Ness brought that up. He said it was Michael Jackson.
I thought you was low key trying to like.
I thought it came from.
Don't forget tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Untitled. It's going down. Big drama show for sure. You don't want to miss that. Patreon only. You've been rocking out with me for 7 years. You already know. We about to take it back. I'm about to drop some big news.
Oh shit!
And all my day ones. You're gonna be happy. Should be anyway. You should be happy for
Oh, you can actually give us the news on title. I thought we couldn't give out the news on title.
What news on Untitled?
You told me you had some big news that you could maybe talk about on Untitled, but you maybe couldn't.
No, dog, Untitled. Untitled.
That's called a little teaser. I'm just saying.
Untitled.
Tune in.
Untitled.
Remember, Al Camino does everything.
75,000 on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. YouTube.com/ThaBoxingVoice. ThaBoxingVoice. Backup channel. YouTube.com/Nestor Gibbs. NESTORGIBBS. Plus all the channels on the homepage.
Please applaud Doomsday's welcome back.
Thank you, Enrique. I'm really happy that you are happy.
Yo, he was lost for a minute. I don't know where he was.
He was on a vision quest in the desert, man. Took some floaty.
I was using my shovel out in the desert.
He was on a walkabout.
He had to find himself. Saturday, June 16th, Earl Spence Jr. versus Carlos Ocampo. Saturday, July 28th, Mikey Garcia versus Robert Easter Jr. Friday, August 3rd, PBC on Bounce returns. Saturday, August 4th, PBC on Fox Prime returns. Friday, August 21st, PBC on Fox Sports.
No July fights?
I just said July 16th and 28th. That's back to back.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Coming to you live here from the TBV studios, and we're out.
They do say, drop 5-star review if you love us.
5